welcome everybody. I'm just gonna to episode 25 of the Aim Down Slots podcast. Let's get into it. We have had technical difficulties, just making sure that we could get Lyric in, so everyone can hear him and such. So yeah, hopefully everything's working now. Okay, well we're gonna
Hopefully.
kick off. Yep. Let us know in the chat if you can hear a Lyric. But we're going to kick off the show and just get into what everyone's been up to. I'm actually going to start with Lyric, our lovely guest, who was. We were worried you weren't going to be able to be on this week just with the technical difficulties. But yeah, how have you been? What have you been playing? What have you been up to?
Oh man, I've been doing good. I'm doing good. I appreciate y'all having me on the pod. It's been a long time coming because I've been definitely wanting to hop on here when y'all have room. What I've been playing, a little mixed bag right now. My multiplayer of choice right now is Predecessor. I don't know if anybody in there likes MOBAs, but that's a really good one that dropped not too long ago. Um,
Was
right
that
now
the team that did Paladins?
yes.
Yes.
Well, actually, like Epic did did the whole Paragon and all that, but when they dropped the game, this team picked it up. So it's pretty nice though. It's pretty nice. Right now I'm kind of stuck on Deus Ex. I've been playing Deus Ex lately. If anybody haven't played Deus Ex, you go ahead and jump into that. It's usually on sale for like $5. Easy. So that's Cyberpunk before Cyberpunk, if you ever want to jump into that. So yeah, but so a little bit of some everything, kind of waiting on some of these bangers to drop that Xbox got in the tuck.
I feel you, yeah, on that one. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Excited to have you on. I'm going to jump over to Nero. What have you been up to and what have you been playing? How are you?
What is up, people? What is up? What is up? I'm sorry, I'm just getting myself situated. Yeah, so we had some technical difficulties, and thank God I was here to work everything out, call Lyric, get everything situated, just putting everything on my back. It was all me. Now I'm just playing. But y'all know me, man. Good to be back. I've been playing a plethora of games. I just beat Star Wars Outlaws. Absolute banger, masterpiece, 9.5 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Better than Horizon, Forgettable West. You know what I'm saying? It should definitely
You
be.
slander that game every week.
It should
Needs
definitely.
all the slander it
Hey,
gets.
it deserves it all. Thank you, Lyric. Finally, somebody that understands. It should definitely get a. Look, I'm just saying, if Astro Bot get a nod for Game of the Year, then Star Wars Outlaws 2 should too. All jokes aside, that was a very good game. Ubisoft been on a good run, in my opinion, lately. I think Avatar Frontiers was solid. Not the best, especially towards the end, kind of fell off for me. But Outlaws really did it for me, man. It really scratched that itch that I wanted. I got a full review up on this channel right here, Game Pass Daily. You guys can check that out. Don't skip the ads. Also, it's on my personal channel as well, so watch it wherever you please. Also, I just knocked out The Expanse from Telltale. I absolutely love Telltale. This is the only one I haven't played. Actually, I think the new Borderlands Telltale game is the only one I have yet to play, and I've heard bad things about that. So if it goes on sale for about $5-10 in the future, I'll check that out. Also got a review for that out as well. Really enjoyed that. Now, guys, this one very emotional to me, man. Just thinking about it get me in my feelings. Life is Strange 2. I beat that recently. Man, when I tell you that game is enough to make a grown man tear up, because this grown man right here did in fact tear up. Amazing game, man. Great game. I love games like that. So Life is Strange 1 is the only game I have yet to play. And yeah, now I'm just sitting back waiting for this Starfield DLC and this Diablo expansion. What about you, Soul? What you been playing, bro?
I have been playing not a plethora of games. What's up, chat? It's good to be back. Lyric is good to be in here with you, brother.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I went back to I'm still on Diablo. It's that damn carrot dangling in front of me. Still no mythics have dropped for me this season. I'm just, I might just put it down and just say, you know what, let me wait for Vessel of Hatred and then just run with it from there. Like you, Nero, I'm waiting on that Starfield expansion. So I'm just tooling around in there, keeping my reflex is tight for when it drops, so I don't have to go back in and have to rework the system and relearn it or whatnot. I did kind of go back to Tales of Kenzera Zao. I went back to that, and I went back to gosh dog it, I was playing it today. Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia. You know, so I went back to some, I'll say smaller games if you want to look at them like that. And I want to get back in touch with some of these games that have been really, really good so far. And I always got to run back to the lambs, the lamb with the little killer lambs, man. Cult of the Lambs. I love that damn game. If for anybody who's not playing it, please go pick it up, try it, whatever it is. I don't think it's in Game Pass though, or it's not anymore. But anyway, Cult of the Lamb is dope.
Yes,
it is
I
super
think
dope.
it might have just left.
It just left, yeah. And so I was looking today, and I'm like, yeah, I bought that one, you know. So I tend to buy the ones that I'm really into. Cult of the Lamb is one of them. It has a dope DLC that dropped as well, a little expansion. So that's one to pick it up. You can't go wrong with it. You pick it up, put it down, you come back. You know, all your people are dead. You have new people, man. It's dope. So that's what I've been into. Nothing more, nothing less.
That sounds good. Sounds good.
Good gaming right there.
Yeah, exactly. You've been doing more than I have.
I'm just trying to get some good gaming in. You know, the thing is, and I appreciate that, Lyric. The thing is, you know, before we jump back into you, Panda, with what you've been doing or not doing, right? As you play with your kitty over there. So, well,
I'll just stroke
it was.
Yo.
Great moment to take a sip there.
All I'm gonna say is, you know, I just didn't want to forget you that we're over there. You do what you gotta do. But no, I mean, you know, I have found that some of my best gaming moments here lately, have really come from what we like to call smaller games, right? And I find myself, you know how you've been seeing, I'm trying to think who in the chat here. They just said they just beat Astro Bot, right? And I think it might be Try Hard. Yeah. And so, you know how Try Hard, I want to say maybe last week, and other people that I have seen on social media, they're like, you know, Astro Bot is really, really dope for them, and they're enjoying it. And it's like, if it's bringing a smile to their face. These smaller games, when I'm playing them, to be perfectly honest, they have been bringing a smile to my face. And when I think about it, we get so caught up in all the other stuff, console war and all this other kind of
indie
stuff, right?
games are good for the soul.
Indie games, man, they are good.
A lot of passion in them.
They are good for the soul. Exactly. Some people, sometimes we call them palate cleansers, man. You know what? Let's not get so far.
Sometimes they are the palate.
Sometimes they are, right?
You know,
they have been this whole
far
gen.
removed sometimes. Yeah, let's not get so far removed from good gaming.
Yeah.
You know, and good gaming isn't just behind that AAA or the double or whatever you want to say. You know, good gaming is good gaming no matter what. Vampire Survivors, you know, is a perfect example of that. It's just good gaming. You get in, you jump in 10, 15 minutes or a 30-minute run, and you've had so much fun. You sit there with a smile on your face. So that's what it's all about. And that's what I've been really trying to do, is get some good quality gaming in. So, Panda, enough about me. And clearly you are, that was very quick, Panda. I mean, that
Panda, before we hear the best for last.
You stroked it very quickly here. I guess it doesn't take much.
I'm sober today as well, so
some people, hey, you know.
Hey, I'm a cheeky person and I love to make jokes. And I'm so glad that my team at work understands this, because it's a vibe at work. But before we get into what I've been up to, I just want to say thank you, fuck you, for the $10. Shout out and love to the ADS fam. Nero, get on cam. I can only clip Panda so many times.
Listen. Let me. Let me tell you something, sir. When I come back on camera, which will be soon, I will be in a full ski mask, full shiesty. Every time. Straight looking like I'm about to go rob something every single time. Only thing you're going to be able to, you have to zoom in on my eyes and zoom in on the blonde tips of my locks, because that's all you're going to see outside that shiesty. And yo, shout out to everybody in here right now, yo. Before we, get started, shout out to Yobi, Becca, Man, it's so many to name. My boy
Sanchez.
Tryhard, Sanchez, Roberto, Force Vlogs, man. Hey, shout out to everybody, man. Much love. Yo, make sure y'all hit that like button, yo. Make sure y'all sub, got that notification on. Also, for the members of the channel, we got some new stickers on the way. If you aren't a member, consider becoming a channel member. You know, we're gonna have to get some special ones for each and all of us. You know,
yeah,
for sure, yo. So welcome to the community, man. We love you guys. We got plenty to talk about. Panda, did you tell everybody what you was playing?
I actually started and finished Mafia 1, so remastered.
Nice.
It's on Game Pass, and I'd never played it, and so I played it and finished it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great game. It just makes me want to play LA Noire game. Like, fucking loved that game so much, and I just really want that game to come back.
There we go.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something, Panda, without spoiling anything. Did you get in your feelings? Because that game kind of touched me in some. Just like whenever it's about.
We're on the video game. Did it touch you? No,
okay, listen, they touched me in spots I wasn't ready for. Okay,
you know, look here. I don't know what's going on. First we're stroking kitties, now you're being touched, you're touching yourself. What are we doing?
Forcefully touched, by the way. I was not trying to get in my feelings.
What it does to you?
That's what gaming does. Sometimes gaming does. Look, you see ponies bending over all week.
Before it got on your feels.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
It just reaches spots sometimes.
Listen. Look, I hate to be that guy, but we've been seeing ponies bend over all week and just take it from Sony. Just take it. With no fight back, without like, no, stop, slow down, I'm not ready. Like, no lose, no anything. Like, Sony has just been, yeah. We're gonna get into it, guys. We got plenty to. Hey, can I get a like in the chat, guys? Just you gotta like this episode just from the title.
Everybody hit that like.
AstroFlop is hilarious, yo. I coined that.
It's crazy.
Lyric was in the party when I said I'm wilding with this title. When I put the title out, I said, I'm gonna put AstroFlop in there. Yo.
I think
I coined that, yo. If the community start using it, all these big name Xbox fans and fanboys and shit, I coined that first, man. And it's sad that it is flopping, which we'll get to, because it really do look like a great game, man. And I can't wait to play.
It looks like a fantastic game. I mean, I love the first one, and so
it does.
Like, for those who love the first one, why wouldn't you play the second? But yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna get into some topics, and we're gonna kick off today. So it's gonna be a good day, a fun day. And I'll just move us over to our first location, which is, if I can find it. So our first topic is Black Ops 6 beta. Basically smashed several Call of Duty records. It was the biggest beta by 4 metrics. So first metric was total player count. So biggest total player count. Hours played. Playtime per player. And total matches played. And this means, like, the first week it was restricted because it was restricted to those who pre-ordered or got it through Game Pass. And then the open beta is where it was a free-for-all. Everyone had access to this game. And so I'm actually going to throw to Lyric, our lovely guest this week. What are your thoughts on this? Are you surprised by the fact that this has done so well, considering some of the additions to the game? It's not just a standard Call of Duty game. They've added that Omni movement there. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm not really surprised. Like you said, with the Omni movement, it changes the game in so many ways and so many aspects. For it's like just the ability to pull off the things that you want to do in the game that you might have been thinking about doing for so long in Call of Duty, but you can't do it. But now you can pull off those Action Jackson, Max Payne moves, and it just makes it feel so much better. And we all know Call of Duty is all about those spectacular moments. So when they added that movement to there, I took it to another level.
I was gonna say, give him a little background.
You gotta let the chat know who Action Jackson is, man. Everybody don't know who Action Jackson is.
Hey, they got
the fact that you said Action Jackson, that lets me know one, you might be a little bit older than what you look, or two, you got some family members who keep that in a rotation. So you need to tell people
a little bit of both,
what that is.
Nah, they gotta do that.
Okay, come on, man. Talk to the chat.
Nah, let them do their research this time. Let them do their research. Go ahead, y'all go look up what Action Jackson is.
Yo, Lyric, I was gonna say, give him just a little context and background from your Black Ops, because I know this is your favorite Call of Duty out of the Call of Duties, the Black Ops franchise. So I would like to highlight that so people can know that your opinions of this and the opinions on the success is coming from somebody that comes from playing Black Ops and really loving that franchise.
100% appreciate that. But that is true. Like, I've never been a huge Call of Duty fan, but Black Ops has always been the one for me. I've played and gotten every Black Ops. I've always felt like Black Ops kind of nailed every aspect of what you want from Call of Duty. And Black Ops 2 is one of my is my favorite Call of Duty game that they've had. So to me, it wasn't surprising that Black Ops was the one to do this. And so I'm just happy with the movement and everything, and with I'm glad that these records are getting broken, to show that, COD's back, man. COD's back, baby. Black Ops.
Yeah.
So Da Vinci, man, let me ask you a question, because I'm not a COD guy. I'm not even gonna fake like I am. Nah. No, I'm not. I'm
not too much myself either. I'm more of a Battlefield guy, for real.
Fair enough.
Okay,
I'm more of a Halo.
Okay. So here's the thing, man, and this is what I just kind of want to get an understanding is. So I know me, it's hitting Game Pass, so I'm jumping into the campaign off top. Now, I've always enjoyed campaigns, Battlefield, Call of Duty. I like campaigns. I've never been, and it's just my fast twitch don't fit Twitch like it used to, so I don't even get in there with the sweaties or anything else. So let me ask you this, because I saw a clip, and I'm not about to start shit, so I'm not even going to name names and who was on it, but I saw a clip from some folks who might be more blue than green, but we all game, right? And it seemed to me, when they were discussing the Omni movement, they were saying that it might be off-putting for some people. And so I want to get your perspective. I kind of already have Nero's. I've seen his gameplay. We've talked offline.
We've seen his gameplay. I can't scrub it out.
We've seen his gameplay. We've seen his gameplay. So what I want to know is, how do you feel about that Omni movement for somebody who is old school Call of Duty, and then for people who are coming in, if you can address both of those.
Okay. First of all, I'm just like Nero in that situation. You gotta get good. Go ahead and figure it out at the end of the day. But if you're coming from the older ones, I can see how it can be a curve, because the tracking can be a little bit harder when people are just kind of like flying all over the place, left and right. However, I think once you get some time into it, it just makes it so much easier to do what you want to do. Like a lot of times it was very restricted to, like,
you got more control.
Exactly. You were restricted to, like, I'm only able to move this way. I'm only able to do this. And now it's like, no, exactly what I want to do in my head, I can do it. So I think for the players that's been playing for since the inception of Call of Duty, and they continue to play Call of Duty on a regular, I don't think they're going to be off-putting too much, because it allows you to get those clips. We all know Call of Duty's always been about them clips, from no scopes to 360s and all that. It's all about those clips, and they're going to be able to get those and to a higher degree with that movement. So I think it was a good decision to go with that. And with Black Ops, I don't know if a lot of people know when it comes between Black Ops and like Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare is more grounded. It's always been like that, and Black Ops has been more fantastical and over the top. So it makes sense for Black Ops to implement this system and play this way, because Black Ops has always had that over the top. Even in the campaigns, if you look at the Modern Warfare campaigns, they're more rooted in realism, more grounded. Whereas Black Ops have you riding horses, jumping on top of tanks, and putting grenades in it. Like, it's all kinds of wild things going on. So I'm glad that they fully embrace that just nonsense that is Omni movement. And I'm having a great time with it.
Cancel fuck you, please.
Hey, shout out to
fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Hey, Park you, I had to take it down because I didn't want to cover Lyric face, but real quick, let me just put it back up there. I don't know why you put JK in there. Me, Park you, and Lyric put everybody on our back. The whole goddamn lobby, everyone.
Oh yeah, that shotgun is devastating.
Listen, I seen somebody take Panda hostage, and she said, "Help me, Nero, help me." When I tell you, me and Lyric Omni dived around that corner.
When I tell you, I have a 223 millisecond ping playing that, and Halo, I usually, when I play with people in the United States, it's like 150 by comparison, makes a massive difference. So I really hope during final release that they fix that, because it means that I probably won't be playing with you guys online unless we're having like a massive blast, because
Panda,
it's hard.
I will say this,
223.
There's a lot of bugs I hope they get under control, because it was a little.
There was a lot of cheaters in there too, and I don't know why. A whole party of Xbox people, literally all of us. It was me, Lyric, Panda, Becca, I think FarQ, and somebody else. But we was full, right? Even when I played with J-Rock, full squad of Xbox people. Why are we going against a full squad of PC players? Like, do competitors' advantage just don't matter anymore? I'm tired of that shit. And it would make me rant. This is the Aim Down site show, so y'all goddamn right. I'm a fucking bitch today about I don't want to play with PC pussies. PC stand for pussy cheaters, and I would die on that hill. Goddamn it, I don't want to play with them, man. All right,
pussy cheaters is crazy.
Like it's so frustrating. Man.
Language.
I even went. It's a setting that listen, they can't outgun me. Hey, 1v1 me. They can't beat me. Can't no PC player beat me in shit. On fair grounds. I'm not afraid of no PC player. I promise you that, yo. You and your 4090 will get your ass whooped by me. Any PlayStation. Well, I ain't PlayStation people ain't competitive, but any of my Xbox homies, we standing on business out here, yo.
Oh yeah, we is.
But yo, Panda, you mentioned Halo, right? I just wanted to say I did install Halo Infinite recently, and I was playing a few matches. I was playing some Ranked Slayer, and my heart was just warm, yo, because I'm like, yo, it really is nothing like Halo. After playing Black Ops with all that new fancy Omni movement, which I absolutely love, I can't wait. Playing stuff like the finals, playing Apex Legends every day, going back to Halo Infinite, which is heartwarming, and it's just, I love that franchise so much, yo. And I really hope that Microsoft and 343 just overall just get it together and continue to treat that IP as the legendary foundation that it is to Xbox. Now, I know that it's not what it was. It's not one of the key pillars. You know, the 3 pillars done been built around. Those 3 pillars is now, you know what I'm saying? So many, it's a million pillars that them can just get looked over. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Speaking of Halo, I want to throw something out there right quick. If anybody, there's a group of people that are real passionate about like the Forge and Halo.
Okay.
Infinite. And they're called the Forge Falcons. If y'all ever look them up on Twitter or whatnot.
Okay.
They are working. They're the ones that actually created like a mode called Survive the Undead, which is like the zombies in Call of Duty.
Okay.
But they're actually working on right now Hell Divers for Halo.
Wow.
And they're actually going to start they're close to the end of it. They're announcing it on a bigger platform on the 20th. And they'll be showing some gameplay and stuff like that. But they've been working on it for a couple of months now. And yeah, I'm excited for that. I want to see
what's up, man. Hey, you know what? I heard that a while back too, and then I hadn't heard anything in a while. So I'm thinking maybe they just kind of let that go. So I'm glad to hear that they're doing that. Not that I wanted to just jump into Helldivers, man, but it's just nice to have something different. Yeah. You know, especially with these established IPs that we have, man. You know, I was watching earlier today. I usually tune in and check out K Asante and Everborn with their gaming circle podcast on Saturdays. It's a good show, especially if you really can dive deep into all the tech speak that they get into.
Yeah.
But But they were talking about that like Lego Halo that's out there. And that I remember them talking about that years ago, but it was cool to see that it is still out there. But I hate the
that's one thing I don't want. No fucking.
Well, no, I don't need
nobody. No fucking. Halo
wait.
I'm sorry. Let me stay with.
It's not about the Halo. I know
that
Lego
triggered
aspect.
It's more
I
the
could care
creativity
less
part.
about it. It's the creativity part, and the fact that one thing that they mentioned that I thought, and I've been saying this forever, there are parts in Halo when he goes into third person, and I know that's a mod because I've seen the mod in third person. It looks fluid, and
It's
they
a whole
need
nother
to
game right there.
give us the option. You know what? We talk about having the performance option and all these different. Say, give me a third person option. That's one thing that I absolutely love about like Starfield. And clearly, Avowed is going to have that option where there's a third person. I wish Indy had a third person. Give me a third person option for Halo, and I'm in there.
Yeah,
because I'm a big third person player, right? So I think it looks great. You get to see the world in a different view. And you're talking about replayability. Now you go from first person to third person. Say, man, it's a different ball game. And
it'd be nice to see that Spartan armor. It'd be nice to see that Spartan armor, man.
It'll be nice to see the Spartan cheeks.
Hey,
you
man,
see it in the show, but can't see it in the game.
Whatever
Come on,
you
man.
want to see, man. All right. Here's
man.
my thing. For the life of me, I do not understand. And you can tell me that, well, man, you know, when we have a load screen and we're getting together, man, miss me with all that. Look here. I don't understand how you can spend your hard-earned bread, and this is you, and you do what you want to do, whoever's listening, right? How can you spend your hard-earned bread on these armors, avatars, or whatever, and you cannot see them in the game? I understand why people do it in Fortnite. You can see it. I understand when you do it in Diablo or any other game
to
where
play
you can
devil's advocate just a little bit.
I'm gonna talk to me.
I love when other people see it when I'm teabagging their ass, right, Panda? When we backpacking people and stuff like that. But I definitely agree 100% with you. I think that because look, you know, so this is why I love you, man. This is why I'm happy you're here because, okay, we all can admit as much as we all love Halo, you know. I really love Halo to the point where I will go get a Halo tattoo eventually. I want to get a gaming sleeve dedicated to my sleeve down the line, right?
He already
That's how much
don't let him fool you. He already got Master Chief. On the cheeks.
On the cheeks.
I told you that in confidence, man. I told you that in confidence, man. But I think how could you switch up Halo, right? From all the other games that we have gotten from Halo, and you make a great point. Going third person would be a huge switch. You know, they tried the open world thing. It didn't connect with some people. I absolutely love that aspect. Only because it deviated from the other Halos from, you know, chapter to chapter, mission to mission, where they open it up and let you, you know, Master Chief be a little freer. And it was kind of hit or miss for certain people. But I think if you do let the next Halo be third person or at least have the option for it, I definitely would think that would be amazing. You definitely need to spice up Halo a little bit because it's one of them games I love, man, but I can't sit here and pretend like Halo Infinite isn't dying or on this. I'm not gonna say last leg, but as good as that game is, it should be more. I just don't know how to describe it because y'all know I'm not that gloom and doom type of shit, but I just love Halo so much, man. I feel like it just deserves some more love.
They need to inject some wackiness.
They definitely need to inject some wackiness, some love into it. Lyric, you know, me and Lyric, we done had. Listen, when I woke up from that COVID coma and I came home, I could barely hold my controller. So the only games I was able to play was shit like Forza, you know, just Need for Speed Unbound. Shout out to brother Yobi, that was a birthday gift a few years back. So games like that I was able to just play, right? But as soon as I started getting a little more function in my hands to where I was able to play Apex and stuff like that, I went straight to Halo Infinite, man. And I was crashing out. I was getting so annoyed because these guys was like, yo, man, listen, bro.
We had to hear this every day.
Every day. Every day I was on Halo Infinite, man. So with that being said, I absolutely love that game, man. But it deserves a little TLC, man. And I wouldn't be mad if we get the longest break between a mainline Halo game ever, because we're currently experiencing that with Gears, right? This is the longest break between a mainline Gears of War game ever.
That's a good point.
And a lot of people don't think about that. And as much as we want Gears, a new Gears, like we got one coming up. They didn't announce the E-Day date, did they?
No.
Okay, so we don't got a time window for that. But I'm not mad at waiting. These franchises that's very good. I love Forza Horizon, and I might piss some people off, but I don't mind waiting another 2-3 years. These devs are extremely talented, so let them cook. But see, it's different for letting Gears cook with the Coalition and letting Forza Horizon cook with Playground, because they are proven. Their recent track record is immaculate, right? You can't really say the same for 343. I enjoyed Halo 5, far from my favorite, right? And I loved Halo Infinite, close to my favorite. So it's like, and then some people might hate Halo Infinite but loved Halo 5. So it's like they need to take a longer break just to figure out what they're doing, where they're going, and just get it together. But
what's wrong with a horror based one with the Flood? Because
talk to him.
I'm so sick of them disrespecting the Flood.
Hey, hear me out, man. Microsoft needs to buy Telltale, man,
and let them make a Telltale with all the Flood things coming at you.
Yes.
Look, if they come with a third-person horror, I think you got something there. Or, hey man, okay, so we don't want to do Master Chief, right? With third person. Okay, maybe we don't want to jump out there. Can we figure out where Locke is in third person? Can we think out, okay, hey, what about ODST? Can we do something
hear me out, man.
That horror would be fire though.
Fun the Telltale Halo game, man. Let Telltale, because that's the easiest way for us to get a third person Halo game. Let it be story orientated. You already got the combat there. That's simple. Yeah. That's if you play, like I said, I just played The Expanse. So Telltale can do some BS combat moments when they need to. That can easily be done in Halo. You could just make a super cinematic third person Halo. Yeah. Telltale don't mess with the story. Microsoft should fund that. I'm sure Telltale could use all the money that they could get.
Yeah.
I think I would love that. I know y'all have played Doom 3 before.
Yeah.
I think Halo can fit in that.
And that,
in that kind of gameplay. Well, even though Doom was still first person,
but it's funny you say that, because that's one of the worst received Dooms. So, and that's because Doom tried to take a different route. So it's like we'll get on these podcasts, right, and we'll ask these devs to be unique, think outside the box, and stuff like that. But the moment they do, we don't show up to support it. Astro Bot, people is not showing up to support it. Hi-Fi Rush, people don't show up to support it.
Well,
it's absolutely it's ridiculous, yo. People say that they don't want 2-3 hour games like Hellblade, or people say Spider-Man 2 is short as fuck. Astro Bot is short, right? So you got people complaining about that, but then you turn around and you get these Ubisoft games that give you so much content for your money and so much bang for your buck, and you got people hating that. Oh, it's too bloated. It's too bloated. Then they turn around and try something smaller like Assassin's Creed Mirage, which people go back to your roots. Go back to your roots. They don't support it. It's like, yo, gamers is the most confused people on earth. They don't know what they want.
On that though, I think the unfortunate thing behind it is that for us personally, the hardcore gaming group, we don't move enough of the needle, and the mass majority are not paying attention to something. Like, you can't sell the mass majority on an Astro Bot.
Yeah.
Just by showing it. It just doesn't work. For us, we'd be like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like the innovation that it might be doing or the things. But the mass majority they're going to be stuck on their free-to-play games. They're going to be stuck on those.
Fortnite,
and the media,
Call of Duty.
Exactly. FIFA, and the media is no help, because the media is so quick on trying to jump on all the mass. Like, if I look at it like how my son, how Cam is, my son, and like if he was to look up on YouTube about whatever game, the media is so quick for clickbaits and trashing games and stuff like that these games they don't even get a chance.
Yeah.
So he'll see that. He'll go on YouTube to look and see, that game is trash.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag fuck IGN. And this is why, and I'm sorry, Panda, and guys, we got to get back to the Black Ops topic, because we still got to get my take on it, Panda take, and Soul take. I'm sorry, but good conversations just tend to happen. But that's why I say fuck the media so much, right? Because you got the entire media telling the whole world that Star Wars Outlaws suck, and so many people didn't sell it. But even right now, guys, this is why I need y'all to support my reviews, support the smaller channels reviews, because right now I'm getting a flood of dislikes and hate on my Star Wars Outlaws review.
And it has nothing to do with you.
It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with the game. They've been told that the game sucked. They've been told that Starfield sucked. So the moment somebody like me come with a different perspective to say, yo, this game, give it a shot. It's a pretty fun game. I enjoyed it. You know, we get flooded with so much hate and just visceral and just negativity. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think Star Wars is easily a 9 out of 10, right? Because I don't want to say 10 because 10 means it can't get better. Every game can get better. Everybody in every aspect can get better. But guys, if you trust my gaming pedigree, which is really deep and should be respected, my resume is immaculate, right? I don't hide my gamer tag. I'm not like the rest of these people.
My resume is immaculate,
JaymarleyTV, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like even with Panda, you know, Panda been busy, so she hasn't been able to game enough. Listen, I game enough throughout the fucking week where Panda and Soul cannot touch a controller for the whole week. And guess what? I still gamed enough to cover them. So that's what this podcast panel is about. We got real gamers up here, yo. And I just hate that because it's like if you don't, now I could easily be a fucking sellout like IGN and the rest of these clowns and go against the grain and say, hey, go woke, go broke, fuck Star Wars Outlaws. Even though it's not one fucking woke thing in there. Being a female protagonist is not woke. It's not one woke thing in there. It's not.
I don't know if there's a female protagonist and that's woke, then this podcast is woke, right? Because
this podcast is pretty woke. This podcast is pretty woke. I'm not gonna lie.
You got females, you got black people. This is so woke right here.
It almost looked like Xbox, real diverse.
Hey, can we do something real quick? And I know where y'all coming from, right? I know where y'all coming from, but let me tell you something, all right? Because I'm trying not to use some language here because I'm a language guy. I do a lot of cussing. You know what I mean? But I just posted this to my Facebook, so you never know, man. I might have a student or a parent follow me, so I'm gonna watch myself, right?
Definitely.
When I tell you, and I know you're using it in a jest, but oh my gosh, I cannot. I'm gonna look at the camera. When I hear woke, and I know where you're coming from, brother, and DEI, because people don't understand where that really has come from, and they don't really understand DEI. And so when they use woke and when they use DEI, it's kind of like dog whistling. So I hate that people use that. And I'm not talking about you.
Oh yeah, I know.
I know you're not.
But we fighting the same battle.
Person does not understand where that comes from. I just had on the screen about Star Wars Outlaws and it receiving a lot of hate. Yo, the reason why it's receiving a lot of hate is because you have a female protagonist. And now people are shitting on it, excuse my language, because they clipped a picture where she's not that attractive. Well, guess fucking what? Everyone is not super.
So do they not see women? Attractive. Yeah, you're not attracted to her. Listen, listen. She looked like those 80 movies, right? So those movies from the 80s where you got this badass chick who can fix her own car. She don't take no shit. Nobody said she was ugly back then. Those females back then in those movies were still sexy as fuck. They was just not to be played with. They had a sternness to them. And that's exactly what Kay Vess has to herself. She's still feminine. She's still pretty as hell. She just got that, I'm not to be fucked with attitude. And I love that attitude.
The real question is, why the fuck do you care?
Exactly.
That's a fact as well.
Look, it is a fictional character. Just play the damn game. Play the game and enjoy it. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret, and you can think what you want to think about me or whatever you want to say, right? Whenever there's a character creation, they have an option to choose the character that I want to
make a female.
A lot of times, it's a woman. My daughter, and those who know, she was like, Dad, why are you playing as a woman? I'm like, because she's dope. And look at how I have her playing. She's fire. I said, and guess what? Now, when you come up here and you watch me playing whatever game, you get to see somebody who looks just like you. It's just a game, but guess what? You can see yourself in the game. You bet your ass when South of Midnight comes out, my daughter will watch what she can watch, and I gotta preview the game. I gotta see what's in there, and some stuff, she can't see because it's not gonna be for a 10-year-old, right? but the stuff she can see, she's gonna see it. The beautiful artwork that we've seen so far.
So being a beautiful black father to his beautiful black daughter, they're gonna hate that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Woke.
That's the type of mindset. Right. Yeah, right. He's woke for being a good father. You know, that's the type of mindset that these idiots have, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's very ignorant, man. Yeah, cancel that. Yeah, right.
Cancel that word.
Cancel all that shit. And look, guys,
man, I hate it. And let me tell you something. And I said this a long time ago. I don't think it was on this show. It might have been when I just popped into like Gamers Council with Web Dave, Rhetri, or maybe it was
shout out
Riggedy or what.
Yeah, shout out Riggedy as well, man. Hey, shout out to all the homies, man, for sure.
So I remember talking about how with Metroid, and you found out when you put in the Justin Bailey code that Metroid, that you were like, oh wow, it's a girl. Yo, I thought that was dope, right? And I was a kid. I was maybe 9 or 10 when that came out, right? I'm a little older. Okay, we know that. But then let me tell you something. Ever since Chun-Li, I ain't looked back. Chun-Li has been that person, and not for the wrong reasons. Okay, we can look at
the wrong reasons too.
I mean, okay. Now, don't you know? Chun-Li,
be honest.
Okay, let's be real. Chun-Li did have them yams.
She's the original yam.
What? Yam. But when I tell you though, I thought she was dope, and let me tell you the reason. One of the real reasons that I continue to play with her though is because she was faster than everybody.
She was fire.
It wasn't about that, all that. Yo, we see it, right? And okay, and you look now, you see all the artwork, and it's crazy. But she was fast, and I like fast and nimble fighters. If I'm playing a fighter or whatever, I like fast and nimble. I don't need a powerhouse. I don't need a brute. I need somebody who's going to move around quickly because, look here, I'm like 195 soaking wet. So if I got to square up with somebody in real life, I can't. Hey man, look here. If somebody start leaning on me, it's like basketball, right? If you've ever played basketball, if you played offensive line, if somebody starts leaning on you, you're going to get tired.
Lose your breath.
So if I'm trying to fight somebody who's bigger than me in real life, I can't grapple. It's over. It's a wrap.
Fact.
So when I'm gaming, I need to stick and move. Yap. And I got to get in, get out. I can't sit there and do all that. So I put that like in a real life perspective. So I've always liked Chun-Li and Orchid and anybody else that's been a little faster. You like that Killer Instinct plug right there?
I was okay. Yeah. Big Orchid fan.
So I like, big Orchid fan. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, let's get into it. Orchid. Hey.
Yeah. Orchid.
Hey. We're already 50 minutes into the show, peeps.
I'm sorry. Okay, we're supposed to be talking about
everything.
Hey, Panda, I'm gonna help you out because I'm gonna go so quick, real quick.
Okay.
Hashtag Xbox effect, bitches. Yes, sir. Hashtag Team Green all day, baby. That's the Game Pass effect that everybody was fearing. Oh, Game Pass is not going to help. They questioning should they put it in there. They questioning this, which I'm sure. I mean, you always question any big decision, right? Especially if you're a company, you have to question anything, right? But at the end of the day, I absolutely love this for Call of Duty. And I think this is just the beginning. When the full game drop and when people mindsets fully wrap around the fact that this is in Game Pass, if you don't got to, all them PS4 people eventually going to go grab a Series S. And even if it don't, I'm so happy that you can go play Black Ops 6 on your PS5. Go pay $70 for it. Support those devs. Support the devs. Support the devs, man. Go buy it, yo. So that's my take. I think that's absolutely awesome. And I think Black Ops 6 is a real game changer. It's the first COD in a very long time that feels like a new Call of Duty all around. And we only played a small proportion of it. We haven't touched the campaign. We haven't touched zombies. We haven't touched half of the multiplayer maps and modes. So I'm super hyped for it. I'm so tempted to spend the $30 whenever I'm able to and get the little upgrade and get the skins and everything like that. I can definitely see this becoming one of my main shooters, if not my main shooter. So that's my take on it, man. That's awesome, yo. That's the Game Pass effect. People won't admit it, but it just is what it is. For me, what really stood out is this is the highest. How did they phase that, Panda? The highest time played? They phased it somehow.
They were talking about most hours played.
Yes.
individually and stuff.
Yeah, that's when you look at numbers and stats, you have to look at certain ones. That's one of the ones that people should look at.
Playtime per player was higher than
that's the one.
betas.
That's the one. The highest playtime per
day.
player is insane. So that just tells you right there, everybody who played it, which was record-breaking numbers, right? As they mentioned in the article, played it for record-breaking time. That's just dub after dub after dub.
I think that's when you think about that anyway. Like, I've played COD in the past, not a lot because the movements never felt intuitive. It felt always clunky, and it just never sat well with me. And that's why I really like Halo, just playing that game. And then playing this game and experiencing Omni movement, I was like, okay, I could definitely get behind this. And I'm like, I don't want to go play any other COD ever again. I just want to play this game. And so I'm like, unless that Omni movement is shifted to other CODs, I don't think we're going to see a lot of people shift off Black Ops 6 when those other CODs come out. Like,
I'm
that
hoping
Omni
it's
movement
a
is
standard.
a game change. I'm hoping it's a standard too. I assume it is going to be a standard based on the amount of people who are just complimenting and enjoying the new movement. It just feels so fluid to go around and play, and they've done a fantastic job. And I can't wait to see what the rest of the game is like outside of the beta when it releases on October 25th.
And funny enough, I was playing Apex today, and I tried sprinting to the side, and I said, "Yikes!" Like I was like, "Oops!" Like I was like, and I said, "Yo, I miss getting Omni, yo. I miss getting Omni."
Hey,
That's what we
Xbox,
call it, yo.
we need them crossovers too. We need them ASAP.
Yeah, for sure.
We need them ASAP.
I mean, considering all the IPs that Xbox has, they could just put so many new skins in and like.
Before you do not add Nicki Minaj before Master Chief, please.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Hey,
That's
skin would be quick.
brother man. Speaking of facts, yo, I do not want to see no fucking 21 Savage before I see Master Chief out there in Halo, yo. Like, come on, man.
The alternative skin would be Master Cheeks.
Master Chief in Fortnite, he can't be. Come on now,
Microsoft has, I think, a very unique opportunity to inject a lot of their IPs into Call of Duty and introduce people like, yo, what is this?
Who is that? Yep.
Who is that? Oh man, you know what? And you know what? They don't need to get where it's so wacky that they're like shooting out stuff and doing things that just don't fit into the game, right? But if they do these things in a nice way, hence that whole Halo third person, the Lego Halo type deal, which they don't need, but I understand how that could introduce a younger generation to Halo who doesn't know Halo. And then this is going to sound bad, but prepare them, right, for Halo. They can start looking towards this. I really think that they have a unique opportunity to put these things out there so people, these younger generations who are playing and other people, they can say, okay, so what else do they have to offer? Now, okay, I know that there's some kind of marketing issue going on with Call of Duty and Game Pass, clearly, because we don't see it. They're not about to ramp it up more, because if they would have put it out there from the get-go.
Oh my God.
There's something going on, probably with the whole court case.
And that's what it is. But look, imagine dying on the hill where you don't want Xbox promoting the cheapest way for consumers to play Call of Duty, but nobody bats an eye when PlayStation is raising prices of controllers and 700 consoles and stuff like that. Where's the FTC? You guys do not give a fuck about us as consumers. It's all personal interest at the end of the day.
Can I just add to that? Everything that they were worried about Microsoft doing, they're like, they're going to increase the price of games, they're going to increase the price of their consoles, their peripherals. They did it all.
Sony
and that's
does it
their
all.
argument that they took to the CMA and the FTC and all of this. And I'm like, so you were planning on doing it, and that was your concern, and you were trying to just push that fear onto it, like make other people fear that Xbox was going to do this, but you were always planning on doing it in the first place. And that's the only reason why they were thinking about it, is because that was in their roadmap. Charge everyone up the wazoo. Yeah. Yep. It just cracks me up.
Good old Sony smoke and mirrors. Hey, look, they're doing things that we're doing, but don't look at us doing it.
Okay. no problem, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
all right,
ridiculous.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything they want to add to the Black Ops 6 beta topic?
Nope, I added all my 2 cents. The Game Pass, baby. That's the Game Pass effect.
The only thing that I'm going to add in here, and we can move right on, this is going to be a nice segue right on in, is that I plan on using some of that Omni movement a little bit later on.
Yeah, really getting in from the side. Yeah, really.
You going prone, eh? You going prone, eh?
Going prone, eh? Yeah, really diving in, eh?
Diving in,
really jumping in there.
There's a reason why we do these, those nice little neck exercises. You feel me? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And if you were wondering out there, if you're wondering how you too can get a nice beard like this, it's called Omni movement, baby. It's called Omni movement.
It's called Omni movement, and it's called hashtag really get in there, like.
Man, y'all stupid.
I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. Well, moving over to our next topic, and I'll just quickly change everything up.
Hashtag Omni beard.
Say, let's make that one hashtag.
Okay, so Jeff A. Johnson, so Clobril put on Twitter, Jeff A. Johnson joins In Exile Entertainment as a visual effects lead to work on Clockwork Revolution. So previous work includes Marvel Spider-Man 2, Marvel's Wolverine, Gears Tactics, and more. I'm actually just super excited to see this, knowing that what we've seen so far of this game, it looks so fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to see the visual splendor just and the effects elevate even further for when they finally release the game. And I don't even, is it 2025 or is this 2026? I'm trying to remember if we've got a release yet. Right? 2025.
I might be wrong about that.
Hey.
Early.
So this is just a quick news bite. Does anyone have anything that they want to add to this at all?
Yes.
I just want to say real quick, In Exile, the Xbox and Microsoft need to put them on the marketing team or something, because the little things that they be doing, just the little videos and clips that they do, little jokes, the little parodies and stuff that they do are hilarious, and they really need to have them start doing things for I agree them as a whole, because the way they promote games, not just their games, but games within the ecosystem.
And Exile and also Obsidian. Those two are fantastic at promoting, right? So good at promoting. Nero.
I think this is absolutely fantastic news. In Exile is one of those goated devs out there, and I'm excited. I'm always happy to see any good news surrounding them, surrounding Playground, surrounding. Microsoft has been doing a lot of hiring on the back end, but you're not going to hear about that. You're just going to hear about firing, which we'll get to later, because I got some notes written down, like my brother Soul recommended. Can't wait to touch on that. But I think this is very dope, man. I'm super excited for Clockwork Revolution. And, man, I just can't wait, guys. That's going to be one of those ones that people are going to be really excited about. And I think it has, the potential to rank right next to the GOATs of the world. Like the BioShocks.
Great storytellers, too.
They really are. I have to get back to Wasteland. My problem is, I went through this phase in life, and I'm still going through it, where I itch to play all the games on hard, because it's no better. Web Dave,
stay away from that.
Nope. Yes, sir.
Stay away from that hard mode.
Yeah, that hard. I put it on hard. Listen, I'm an achievement whore, right? Me and Soul was just talking on the phone earlier, right? He's one of the guys that don't really care too much about completions. I don't necessarily care about completions, but if I see a diamond achievement that I feel like is obtainable, I'm gonna go for it. Beating one of the games I beat in this year that I was really proud of was the Doom Eternal DLCs, the Ancient Gods. Those achievements is extremely rare. Another one, Quantum Break. When I beat that on hard, that's a diamond achievement. So just hearing that sound and just that feeling of self accomplishment is always dope. But I'm super excited for Clockwork Revolution, man. We got so many bangers on the way, and I think this is a good hire, yo. He worked on some really good games, as you can see on screen. Gears Tactics was highly regarded. Spider-Man 2, for me personally, looked mid, but, a lot of people enjoyed that. That might be a flaw I wouldn't have put that as the first game. I would have put Gears Tactics first, and Marvel's
But
Wolverine.
it's
So
visual effects, right? And I think the visual effects
and the visual
in
effects.
Spider-Man 2
Yeah, when you're not a cube,
you're
not a cube, it's pretty fucking good. Yes, when you're not a cube. And when they're not putting the wrong
I don't think that was his fault, though.
I was absolutely a cube in that game too, so don't
blame Jim Ryan.
It really happened.
Hashtag it's not it's not
Web Dave.
Real news. Yes, Web Dave. Hope you've been good, bro.
Yeah. Y'all wow. Hey, sounds like he's gonna be a good addition. I mean, I didn't get delved too far into it. Anything that's gonna help push the graphical fidelity or any storytelling, and I know he's not a storytelling guy. Hey, bring it on. My thing is, if you're gonna help it look a little bit better, it's all good. Some people get into the graphics, some people get into the story.
And you got the best of both.
Style of this game.
Then you got the best of both.
Like steampunky in a way, and like
yeah. And I think it's about yeah. And I think it's time for a new. Oh my gosh, I always have these brain farts. Hey, young people, please take your vitamins. This year you don't start forgetting
Absolutely.
shit. When you hit 50, take your fucking vitamins. You know what I mean?
Because you're gonna start forgetting things you forgot.
There you go. No, the game with the girl and the
Last of Us.
No.
The one that what we just talking about?
South of Midnight.
No.
Forgettable West.
No. That damn it, slow your roll, man. You trying to throw in all this damn PlayStation slander.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Okay. Damn it. No, I'm talking about Clockwork Revolution, but it kind of is very reminiscent of the 360 game. It had about 3 good games that came out.
Oh, Dishonored?
No. Oh, that was dope. No. The other one. Lost. With the little girl. And like steampunk is like the little robot.
BioShock?
Thank you.
BioShock. Oh yeah, I did mention that.
Couldn't think of it, man.
My bad.
Look here, man. The apple juice is appling right now. The apple juice is appling right now.
Hey, apple juice the best juice, man. Like I swear that's the best juice. Yo.
I've got apple and kiwi fruit juice right now. It's fantastic.
I'm just saying. I use my juicer quite frequently. Amazon, good deals. But hey, no, I'm glad that
explains the Omnibeard.
There you go. That's what it is. I'm glad that we're getting that. I think it's going to be a nice added value into Game Pass. Definitely. So when you let's talk about. I know we're talking about that and what he's bringing to the table, but quickly, let's just look at the variety of games we're getting and we're about to get into Game Pass for those who are Game Pass subscribers. Right? Yep. A lot of people really like BioShock. Action, storytelling, all of that. Call of Duty's dropping. Avowed's dropping. South of Midnight. Indiana Jones. Shattered Space. Vessel of Hatred. That's ridiculous right now. And we can go on and on. Like Erykah Badu, right? We can go on and on. And this ridiculous the amount of value that's there and that is coming. And these are a variety of games that we're getting as well, not just the same type of game. I absolutely love it. I'm excited about Clockwork Revolution. When I saw it, I'm thinking like, okay, well, you got me sold there. And I do not like, and I will say this every episode, I don't like first-person games. Mm-hmm. I play them because sometimes it's default, just what you got to do. All right? But I don't like them. But I've played plenty that I have definitely enjoyed. Mm-hmm. I mean, both can be true. Yeah. Both things can be true. Mm-hmm. All right, so stop talking shit. It is
not your preference. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it is not my preference. You know what I mean? No, it's really not my preference. But there are many games that I have definitely enjoyed that have been in first person and will continue to do so because if that's how I have to play it, that's how I have to play it. You feel me? But it's not going to be that first choice, but I am definitely looking forward to that one because the art direction I think is very, not going to say unique, but it's different. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to have a little something for everyone. So I'm excited about it. Did we have a release date yet?
No, nope. I think it's 2025 is the year. But 2025? I mean, they're really good at creating role-playing games.
Yeah.
So you just know that they're going to bring that aspect into this. And I'm so excited. And I'm so excited to see some positive news about some of the games in development on the Xbox side for their first party, instead of hearing it's in development hell or other rumors coming out. So it's just nice to actually be talking about positive news. So yeah, awesome.
Hey, okay. Can I answer this question real quick? And I'm gonna. It's gonna be real quick. I mean, it's not gonna be one of my little rants. Real quick. RSJ fan, I absolutely love Starfield. I play it probably 50-50. As far as
midfield
for you. Hey, and you know it's not for everybody. But here's the thing: it is not.
I was gonna say, Lyric, we're kicking you out. We're kicking you out.
It's not for, no, it ain't for everybody. I loved it. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I liked it. And I said, okay, no, I loved it. It was my first true Bethesda RPG. It was. Yeah. So for me, so if you have something in your memory banks that says, nah, this ain't what it is for Bethesda, I've played better from them. Cool. That's fair. For me, I'm over here like, yo, what have I been missing? That's how my approach is. And so when they gave me third person, yo, I can go into what I like. I'm there. Let me get into that. So for me, it's been cool. Yeah, with the choices. So I'm not, that's never been my thing, because I'm always kind of like, what's the FOMO? Let me get into that. I know some people are going to be like, oh my gosh, this guy here. I'm a Ubisoft guy.
Yeah, me too. Hey, no, fuck that. I'm sick of us Ubisoft people being closeted Ubisoft fans.
Nero, we had conversations earlier.
Let me calm down.
We feel how we feel. I'm there with you. I am there with you. I'm a Ubisoft guy. There's not too many that I either don't own or will or haven't played. And I'm not gonna get into it. I know we got to move past the topics or whatever, and keep on moving. But I mean, I love what Starfield gave me, and I'm looking forward to what I'm going to get from Starfield. And I actually like the fact, stay with me, Lyric. I like the fact that now they're going to concentrate on one planet.
Yeah, I like that too.
And open that bad boy up. And so now I want to see what they do. I'm not expecting a lot of new gameplay mechanics from them, but let me see what they do when they tighten it up and it's in one place, right? And so I really want to see what the Varun is talking about. I want to see all these different things, man, of how life is on this particular planet and where we're going and what we can do. And I'm also interested in what's going to be new as far as, as far as the environments, get a nice variety. I think they have an opportunity to give us something different that they didn't give us before. Now, in my personal opinion, and we can get off of this, I'm so sorry, is that even though I like what our Starfield offered and gave us, I do think.
Be careful.
I know. Some people might come from me.
Mr. Bethesda.
Okay. I do think that had they narrowed it down to maybe 4 or 5 planets, maybe even 2 or 3.
I'll say 10. I think they can make it with 10. I think they can make it.
And gave us something with these different planets that was a little bit more full, that was a little bit more interactive, whether it was with the alien populations, the flora, all these different things. I think for some people, the average person or the people who did all the damn complaining, right? I think that would have given them a better experience, because they gave us a lot of the sci-fi tropes. They could have given me basically Alien, and I would have been perfectly fine, because there is a mission, whether you found it or not, for those who have not played the game or not. There is a mission that is very alien-like. And let me tell you something. I still haven't finished it, where you find the desolate. And I went in, I was underpowered. I was like, no. I ran the hell up out of there real quick.
Yeah.
But see, I had no idea that there was more that you're going to get later on that would help you. For those who haven't, I'm not going to spoil. Now, I'm suited and booted, baby. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. So I'm ready to find that one again to go back and
I agree
then
with
take. Yeah, you feel me? So
I
I'm
agree with you with
excited
the
about what
concentration
Starfield is
thing.
about to do, and I like what they've done. Some people don't like it, and I'll say this: talking to Nero, for those who don't want to hear this, it's going to PlayStation.
Oh man,
It's going over there.
I do agree
It's
with the
going.
concentration part.
It's
The
going.
concentrated part. I
They
do
gave
agree
us
with
about
you.
a year. It's going. And you know what? Now we're going to see, and this is going to be that test. If that shit don't sell over there, excuse me, if it doesn't do any numbers, if all the people who were talking like, yo, it should be over here, how come it's not there? It's coming. When they don't buy that shit because they're not buying Astro Bot, right? They're not buying a lot of the first party games. They don't buy that stuff. I hope at that point Microsoft really says, oh, look, we're only going to send these games that we know are going to do numbers. We're not going to send this other stuff and make Xbox customers, players, faithfuls happy and leave that shit on our box as opposed to over there. But it's going,
I'm
and
gonna
we're going
add
to
to what
see.
I'm gonna add to what you said because I do agree. I think it's going to as well.
It's going.
Now naturally, I would say I would hope not, and all that good stuff, and then talk about how the fact that Bethesda and the Bethesda RPGs was exclusive to Xbox and PC before and stuff
Exactly.
like that. But what brings merit to what you're saying, and I know people don't want to hear this. What's going to bring merit to what you're saying is that if you understand the modding scene when it comes to the Bethesda RPG games, Sony does not allow external assets, so their mods are very limited. So the reasoning why it would make sense for them to move Starfield over there is they can sell them those mods that are in the Creation Club. So because they can't get the ones that we get for free that the modders make because they don't get those assets, but they can sell them external asset mods through the Creation Club and those creation coins and stuff like that. So I definitely think it's going. I think it's going to take some time. They're going to allow
my biggest gripe with that situation though is like when Sarah Bond came out and said it's exclusive.
Yeah.
That is going to be the hardest thing to kind of
that's
going to meme itself. It's going to be a GIF. It's going to be all over everything, and I'm like, that's my biggest gripe with if it does go to PlayStation.
And so Panda, if we can piggyback off of what you're saying, right? Because I think you're absolutely right. The powers that be at Microsoft, I think they have said, we got to make this money.
Yeah. Well, they have to. They have $70 billion.
I think they're going to wait, though. I don't think they're going to do it no time soon. I think we're going to see it.
I hate it for Phil and company because they are so upfront. They've said these different things. They said these different things that will or won't happen, and now they're happening, and I hate it for them, right? And they have to bite those bullets because you can tell when their energy is off, right? You can really tell when their energy is off. And sometimes they're like, damn, we got to come up here and we got to contradict all this shit we've been saying because we said that other stuff with our chest. And now we got to sit back and be like, yo, it's coming out over here. And hey, thank you.
And that's Xbox double-edged sword is that they speak out to the community so much.
Sometimes they just need to shut up.
Sometimes it just be like, and it's up to us as the fans to be like okay with that. Okay with just saying, all right, just let you cook. We're not gonna worry about it. We're not gonna be asking all these questions that you have to answer, and then you got to go back on it when it doesn't go the way you
that
think
part right there.
So we got to just relax. We got to be like the Sony ponies. We got to be like, oh, just do whatever. We'll just wait. At least we get games. At least we get games. We're not waiting on games for the last.
Hey, they're waiting on an Xbox game, Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm. Guess what?
What's their next game that they're excited for?
Wolverine.
No, it's Indiana Jones. Very quickly, I'm just going to say this piece of news, and then we're going to move over to the next one. But Tony Hawk claims he is talking to Activision again, and so Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, which is turning 25 this year. So it's been apparently talking to Activision about the franchise. Nothing to talk about at this stage. It's still in talks. It's something they're working on. But just very quickly, just putting it on your radar that there's something happening in that space. And
I need them undergrounds.
An eye out.
Yo, something is happening, man. Remember the Transformer games got listed.
Yep.
Single. What is it? Singletary.
Those are phenomenal games.
Singularity.
Yeah, Singularity just got relisted in the store. Tony Hawk is talking to Activision. Yo, let Xbox cook, yo. They cooking
Let
up
them
something.
cook.
Yo.
Let them cook.
It's coming, baby. It's coming.
Stop worrying about stuff like Indiana Jones going. So who cares? We got so much to eat. Let them have a cupcake. Let them
say, man, look here.
They ain't ate in so long.
So much is going on, and what people have to understand, and I understand. Oh my gosh, it's hard to see. Let me put it in a perspective that I know everybody can understand. Hopefully, people can understand, and I know Nero will appreciate this bullshit. It hurts me for me to say this, and I'm gonna say it just for him, right? If Josh Allen, punk ass, played like he does for the Bills, and he balls and he balls and he balls, he does his thing, and then all of a sudden, it's like, yo, we got him on loan to the Dolphins, to the Ravens, or anybody else in the AFC, and he goes over there and plays. Bills fans are going to be like, yo, what the? This ain't right. So we
should have used another team, man. Josh should never.
No. I'm gonna use your team because I saw you talking about your Bills Mafia, and all this.
You know what? Yeah, you see the logo
celebrating. I seen you, man. It is what it is. Okay, cool.
That's so good.
Right. Yes. So, but everybody will feel the same way. No one will want their star player or players to go part-time and play for another team. That's by nature. We're very tribal with that. We don't want that to happen, right? But right now, that's what Microsoft is doing. They're like, look, people have to understand, Microsoft is right behind Tencent with publishing. What are they supposed to do? They're gonna spread the wealth. And so for you people who are enjoying, like myself, me and Nero was talking about this earlier today, right? If you are enjoying Game Pass and you want to make sure that Joker stays around, that $18-19 or whatever it is, you better hope they start spreading that stuff and put it on PlayStation, PC, and everywhere you can put it. Because
let them subsidize my pricing.
You better talk.
Let them pay for it.
It will go up. Will the value be worth it? I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say this, yo. I can't trust you if you rather
see it.
If you rather Game Pass Ultimate go up to $29.99 instead of Starfield going to PlayStation, yo, something is really wrong with you, my guy.
Man,
at the end of the day,
let it go.
Said, we don't want to see things go. It hurt, it burns, and stuff like that. But why do it hurt? Why do it burn? It only hurt and burn because we want to have talking points. Even the Xbox homies and all these people that console war, myself included, we just want to have talking points over the competition. And when your games go to the competition, as a fanboy, as a vocal person, a lot of those talking points go out the window. And a lot of these people that console war can't fall back on gaming. See, I can fall back on gaming. My whole personality isn't just console warring and trolling and shit like that, even though it's fun as fuck to do, right? And I would argue they made me this way. But that's not my entire personality. My gaming, my love for gaming outrides any of that other shit. And a lot of these yo. The average consumer, the average Xbox fan, if you walk up to them and say, yo, how you feel about Starfield going to Xbox?
What's up, Infinite Umbra? Welcome. Nice to see you in the chat.
Yeah, what's good?
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, my man, Infinite Umbra. Hey, let me jump in real quick. So the other day, right? I know he was like, what the hell are you talking about, right? So Infinite, let me clear some things up, brother. And it was nothing foul. We were just having a nice little back-to-back conversation or whatever. He had made a little post, and I had a little off to the left humor with it. and it was nothing bad. Infinite's a good dude. I love his takes on different things. I agree with stuff. I disagree. It is what it is, but I ultimately love his takes. But he's a Midwest dude. My man is over in Chicago. I'm from South Bend, which is about an hour and a half away. So now, Umber, now you know, like, oh, this guy is from around the corner. So that's why I was coming with all this Chicago knowledge, because I'm very close in proximity. Well, I was. I'm actually down in the Dallas area right now. So if anybody is in the chat that is down in Texas or in the DFW, holla at your boy. I'm right here. But Umbra is from up that way, and so we were just having a nice little back and forth about all things Chicago. So I was just getting his opinion on things, and so I know initially he was like head scratching, like, what the hell, where are you going with this, bro? And I wanted to make sure I cleared it up with him or whatnot. Umbra's a good solid dude, man. I love the stuff that he does. My man is kind of reviewing some things now, so if you get a chance, check out his reviews. He posts some good honest stuff out there as well. So if you are not very familiar with him and what he does, follow him. Yeah, I know you were confused, my man, and I wasn't coming at you left, and I was like, oh man, my man, he gonna think I'm over here coming at him foul, and that's not even what it is, man. Sometimes I have this off brow, low brow humor or whatever it is, and sometimes it ain't received the way that I mean it. But now that that's what I do, my man. But hey, I appreciate you, and I love what you bring to the gaming community or whatnot. So sorry, chat, that I kind of took over with this BS, but I saw him in there, and it's like, yo, I gotta holler at my man, because he's a good solid dude in the gaming community, man, and he's somebody that you can check out for the different things that he does, right? So I just want to clear that up.
Since Soul just went on this long dialogue about Umbra, I guess I'll tag myself in. Umbra, I've been reading your reviews. Yeah, hey, fuck
we got topics, Nero.
Fuck them all. No, I'm just playing. But just to put you back on Soul real quick. Shout out Umbra, yo. I love your reviews, man. See, I review games too, but I got a special respect for people who write and type them. It's a difference between what I do as far as recording my audio, reading my notes and stuff like that, and just talking to people over the review versus actually writing and typing up how you feel. So yeah, shout out to Umbra and check out his reviews. But what's the next topic?
Okay, wow. Everything likes me. But Microsoft lays off.
Oh man, come on, we leading into this.
Yeah, we are.
Xbox podcast.
We're supposed
to see, hey, behind the scenes, I'm on everybody. We're not supposed to bring this type of stuff to the light.
Yes, we are.
Xbox coons, and this goes against everything we stand for. Goddamn it! Nah.
So Microsoft laid off 650. 650 more Xbox employees, and that's following months after the 1,900 Activision, Blizzard, and Xbox employees, and closure of several studios. If you have had a chance to read the article, I do recommend reading it. It's quite interesting because it's not actually what you think it is, and I think that's the biggest takeaway from this. Is they're talking about as part of aligning our post-acquisition team structure and managing our business, we have made the decision to eliminate approximately 650 roles across Microsoft Gaming, mostly corporate and supporting functions. And that's there, obviously, to organize our business for long-term success. And that's coming from Phil Spencer, specifically. Like, if you get a chance to read this, he talks about no games, devices, or experiences are being cancelled. No studios are being closed as part of these adjustments today. It is purely just the running of what's going on behind the scenes from the business side of Microsoft Gaming. Was anyone surprised or shocked by the announcement here? I'm going to throw you, Nero, because you sound like you're ready to go.
Yeah, listen. Now, Xbox, man, you guys is always shooting yourselves in the goddamn foot. They announced the $700 PS5 Pro, or as Panda like to call it, the PS5
PlayStation 5 remastered.
Yes, the remastered, not remake, remastered. So
that's
when
the PS6, that's the remake.
Yeah, right. That's the remake that's coming. When I seen this news, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, yo, damn, man, that sucks. Until I did exactly what Panda just did, and I read deeper into it. These are corporate roles, and I hate to play the bad guy, but goddamn it, I'm not about to gloom and doom over 600 corporate people losing their jobs. They said it wasn't no devs. right? They said it wasn't dev roles. They said no games is being canceled, no studios is being closed. These are corporate roles. It's a reason. I said reason. It's a reason, right? Why Activision was looking to sell anyway. That workplace was extremely toxic. It was extremely unprofessional. It was not a good place. So for anybody out there thinking that Microsoft was going to acquire these very same people that we've been told is bad, toxic, sexist, racist, this, that, and the third, right? From the top to the bottom, fuck you, Bobby Kotick, right? From the top to the bottom, it was a bad environment. So the fact that these people are going good on Phil, clean that shit up, put people in those same corporate positions that love gaming, that want to see the business grow. Xbox can't be observing every apple on a fucking apple tree. I'm sorry, it is some bad apples on that damn tree. You got to go look and skim through that tree and get rid of the bad apples, yo. Now, when devs and studios like Tango close and shit like that, I'm not going to come on here and be like, yo, fuck them, woo, woo, woo. But when corporate people is being shifted around, I'm trusting Phil Spencer's judgment. He has gotten Xbox this far. People can get mad. People can say, oh, he hasn't done anything. Listen, I'm talking from a consumer standpoint, not as no fucking business guy. As an Xbox consumer, as an Xbox fan, I have been eating good. Phil Spencer, Sarah Bonds, they have been feeding me good. I have good hardware. I have a good gaming roadmap. I have a confirmed next-gen console coming. Y'all better hope y'all get a PS6 because King David is right 98% of the time, goddammit. And he said it's not going to be no PS6. So I don't know, man. Shout out King David, man. He be breaking stuff out there. They hate when brothers like us get up here and break. Listen, I tweeted out the next Xbox news is going to break a lot of hearts 2 weeks before the Activision deal. I didn't say anything. I broke that news. People won't give me my credit. But I say all that to say sometimes people have to go. When you observe a company this big that is Activision Blizzard King, this is huge. This is a lot of people, man. And this company, we not about to act like this company was just full of good people. Yeah. It was not. It's so many, just the frat work environment, all the stuff that was coming to the headlight. I'm surprised this didn't happen sooner. But this is not going to be the end of the layoffs, and this is not going to be, this not the beginning, this not the end, and this is definitely not the beginning of the end. This is going to be more to come. And if Microsoft continue to observe people and buy these studios and these gaming companies,
Okay. Wait, I see you. Can you all refresh your window? Okay, I think you've all got to refresh. Can anyone hear me at least? I see you and hear me. Yes, not sure what the hell happened. The whole thing just went down. Yes, blame the Series S. Yeah, we got sniped. Actually, Microsoft heard that we were talking about them and they were like, close this shit down. Don't be talking about the layoffs. All right. Hopefully you can let us know if you can hear everyone else joining back in. I'll just wait for the delay.
See Larry. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Some things.
Yes. All right. Well,
every time I start going in on PlayStation and Concord, they're not stopping shit, guys. They can't stop us. They can't stop this.
Okay, that's what it is.
We're going to get to that PS5 Pro and AstroFlop sales.
That's what it was. They were trying to stop us from getting there. That's what
they don't want us to get there.
Fuck you. He's like, nobody else needs to come back. Panda can talk forever.
They let us get
You're
past
not wrong.
all the layoffs and everything. It was like, nah, that's it. You stop right there.
Yeah. We can. I don't need to speak on it. Y'all said enough. I'm good. Let's get away from this because
we don't want to be. We don't want to freeze this.
Yeah.
I don't want to die
I'm just gonna say it's not even really too much about that, but like I think it's just the industry as a whole is changing. So a lot of things have to be moved around. Like it's not the same. The industry is different.
I mean, we're still looking at like the amount of staff that they've onboarded and brought under the Microsoft gaming umbrella itself. They're still finalizing everything and it takes time and they have to go and find efficiencies. And that means removing things that aren't efficient. And that might be 650 roles. We're seeing this worldwide. This isn't just a Microsoft thing. This is every company is looking. They can get gains. They are a business at the end of the day, and they need to stay sustainable and into the future. We want them to continue delivering us first-party titles, having a steady stream of games entering Game Pass, and that means staying here and making these decisions in order to do that. So, yeah. Not surprising.
That's how the tech industry has always been anyway. It's always up, down, up, down, up, down.
Fuck you.
So yeah, but anyway, let's move on.
All right. Move on. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna clip this and be like, fanboys and fangirl don't want to talk about that Microsoft layoffs. they skipped over that.
Technical difficulty.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't give a fuck about corporate suits losing their fucking jobs. Now, for the devs losing their jobs, it's a different story. My heart will always go out to them. But these same people that's losing their jobs is potentially the same people that's putting Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage into the game that Lyric was just talking about. These is corporate roles. Those type of people. The devs that's making these games is not saying, hey, yo, we want to put Nicki Minaj and Rhea Ripley into the game. As dope as that might be for people that's fans of them, you know what I'm saying? But these is roles that heads that need to roll. Just like when 343 had a lot of layoffs and shakeups, right? You put out such a beautiful, polished game with Halo Infinite with no content. Sorry, not sorry, you need to go. If you got the most precious IP known to Xbox and the graphs of your hands, and you can't have a 5 to 6 year roadmap of content, you know, it's like, yo, you need to go. And sometimes people need to go.
This is that normal stuff, though. This is just
that girl that keep having an attitude in that McDonald's drive-through in your neighborhood that keep fucking up your order and stuff like that. Sorry, not sorry. She needs to go.
She gotta go.
I don't understand why people act like it's such a crime for some people to lose their job. Some people need to go, bro. And it's at every aspect. You got fucked up teachers out here. Soul is not one of them. Shout out to him. You got sick teachers out here. You got messed up, panda killers like, Panda. That's why it's red, dead panda. She turned pandas red after they die. Never mind. I don't want to expose her.
Do not
plan.
Talk. Yeah, be nice to the pandas.
Yeah. But that's just normal. This is just normal stuff that. These things has been happening for so long. The difference is that we have social media and we have access to the information now. Before you had to subscribe to the business to a business paper or magazine or something to know this is going on. Now it's just in our face. So people that try to make it seem like it's some kind of oh my god panic mode. No, this is unfortunate business that happens.
Talking about panic mode.
Oh god.
PlayStation.
Panic Station 5.
The PS5 Pro this week, right?
The Panic Station 5.
I'm gonna pop this up on screen so we can all We can watch. It's just gonna be in the background.
Hey, while we're segueing into our next topic, thanks again, Umbra, for pushing it out there on Twitter. We are out there. Please join the chat. We're having a great time talking about some great things in gaming. So thank you so very much, good people. If you would, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. Please share out this chat information so everyone can join in and be a part of tonight's episode.
Guys, we're just getting started. I've been hinged all night. I have yet to be unhinged, and it's coming. Well on our way.
Give me 1 second. Do you want to lead up the topic while I fix whatever is going in the background for me, Nero?
Definitely. So we're talking about the PS5 Pro right now, right?
Yes.
All right. All right. So look, I'm about to piss off a lot of people. I'm probably about to piss off half of the audience in here right now. I am pro PS5 Pro. And I'm going to tell you why I'm pro PS5 Pro as an Xbox Series X owner. I do not have a PS5. The reason I don't feel comfortable with going to buy a PS5 is because I do not want to buy a console for the same price of the console I've owned, but get less out of it. Less storage, 800 gigabytes. Less than that, only 600 usable. Less features. You don't have hardware-based VR. You had to get that shit patched in. It was a beta console. So I held off buying a PS5 because if I'm going to spend $500 on a console, it damn sure better be better than a $500 console that's sitting in my bedroom right now. So that was my perspective of it. I think that the PS5 Pro is definitely overpriced because us as console players are not used to this. But I'm going to play devil's advocate tonight. Me and Lyric, we've all been talking about it. I'm pro this. The PS5 is weak as fuck. And nobody want to admit it. They like, oh, well, it's only 15%. Yeah, it's okay. That's cool on paper, but we got to talk about the hardware-based features that it's missing. It can't do variable rate shading. If you guys remember, Dead Space Remake, when it came out, it had variable rate shading on all consoles. The variable rate shading was broken on the PS5. It ran perfectly fine on the Series X and S, right? But they removed it from the Xbox Series X and S version just to give it parity with the PS5 because the PS5 had to get it removed. So the PS5 literally has been holding back games all generation. People don't want to admit it. It's perfectly fine. Digital Foundry and John Linneman do everything in their power to make it seem like the PS5 is fighting a gut fight every time there's some graphical comparisons, right? They're blaming the Series S, but at the end of the day, the Series S has all those hardware-based features I mentioned that the PS5 don't have. So the PS5 Pro was definitely needed. Hopefully this start making devs get more out of the PS5 because as much as I just said about the PS5 not being that strong, let's be honest, the PS5 has not been tapped into. And I'm sorry, Spider-Man 2 is on screen. That fucking game right there is not scratching the surface of what the PS5 is capable either. People need to start asking themselves as PlayStation fans, why do none of our games have global illumination? Right? Returnal is one of my most anticipated games to play when I do get a PS5 Pro. Why don't it have global illumination?
It was dope.
You know, you swinging around New York City all day. All these first-party Sony games have baked in lighting. Right? You got games being remade after remade, but it don't have the latest buzzwords in there, right? You got Last of Us Part 1 remake. No global illumination, no ray tracing, no ray trace GI, let alone regular GI. They don't have any of that. And it just seems like nobody asked for this stuff. And nobody asked for it because quite frankly and quite simply, it's not able to do it. Now Sony is definitely fucking they fans over. $700 with no disc drive.
What did you think of the showing, though? Like the actual presentation?
I think the presentation was horrible. Mark Cerny, I don't know what they was thinking. Jim Ryan is definitely needed because Jim Ryan would have never let that shit fly. Let's be for real.
My system's today, but
that was absolutely one of the worst hardware announcement showcases I've ever seen in my life. For you to zoom in, the Ratchet and Clank, and people still right here on the screen, you zooming in and see little to no difference. If you really wanted to make an impact, you know what you should have did? You should have showcased Wukong, one of the potential game of the year, right? Running on the PS5 Pro. But guess what? It probably would run similar because guess what? That CPU upgrade is non-existent, guys. Say it with me. CPU is pretty much the fucking same. right? Actually, it's on par with the Series X, probably slightly above the Series X. So this PS5 Pro just make me believe what people were saying in the beginning. They said the Series S was originally Xbox Next Gen console, and the Series X was going to be the Pro model. But they decided to release them side by side and just release them as a whole. It's only one console this generation that needed a Pro model, and I'm sorry, not sorry. That's the PS5. Now, for PS5 owners, I don't think it's worth it. You'll probably be good with what you have now. You probably already invested in an SSD. You probably already invested in certain things. But for people like me who smartly, by the way, held out and didn't buy the PS5, which is a beta console. This is the real console right here, the PS5 Pro. The PS5 has been in beta and continues to be in beta, right? The fact that they get away with having 600 gigabytes usable storage is insane. That's only 100 more than what the Series S is advertising. So I think the price definitely gonna run a lot of people off. What up, Dirt? My guy, my bro. I said, I think the presentation was horrible, man. You even got the Digital Foundry guys who are Sony shills, by the way, struggling to find ways to make this console sound better than what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm still. Yo, Lyric Linneman is crazy, yo. I'm sorry. Lyric Linneman is sick, yo.
Not the glasses. Yo, dude, you ain't gonna do us like that. Let's go. Let's go.
Lyric Linneman, yo. Yo, that's funny as hell, man. But yeah, man, it's just Sony continues to screw people over with no Vaseline, man. Like I said, that the upgrades. I'm not gonna say little upgrades because I'm a tech guy. I'm not gonna downplay what they did, but at the end of the day, I feel like you should have just saved this money. And how many times is you gonna put out hardware that's gonna fucking flop, Sony? PSVR 2 flop, PlayStation Portal flop. You just keep wasting hardware.
According to the numbers.
Yeah, my bad, John. Go ahead, Lyric Linneman.
Nero, I need you to save. I need you to save a little bit for here, John. We have a guest here, Lyric Linneman. He's going to speak on the specs of the PS5 Pro. If you would, please, sir, let him eat a little bit. Thank you, Lyric, for jumping in with us. We appreciate you.
I'm definitely on drugs, Fossil.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lyric Linneman. Y'all might know my brother who tries to defend Sony and everything they do. I'm going to be on the other end of this. I don't think the PS5 Pro is doing enough. It's not pushing the boundaries enough to warrant the price of $700. It's interesting to me that we would have a mid-gen refresh console and not a mid-gen refresh game. The PS5 has not produced enough games to have. Why in the showcase of my PS5 Pro am I showing last-gen games of Last of Us 2? That is a last-gen game.
Hey, Linneman, you know how to fucking trigger me, bro. You know we just talked about this in the party. Stop using Last of Us Part 2 as if it's some goddamn graphical showcase. It hasn't been all generation. We have so many games that look better than what the fuck we're seeing on screen right now. I'm sick of it, yo. I'm sick of them doing that.
There's no doubt about the fact that the game looks good, but from a technical aspect, like we said, where's the global illumination?
It don't look better than Alan Wake. It don't look better than Starfield. Last of Us Part 2, stop using that as if it's the industry standard for, this is what a game should. No, motherfucker. And the Insomniac leaks, you got them saying, Hellblade 2 is what we the realism verse striving to get. They don't make those games that people think they're making nowadays.
If you're riding a bicycle and I'm moving 45% faster than your bicycle, does that mean I'm going that much faster? These PS5 games are bicycles at this point. And they need to catch up. So giving me a PS5 Pro for $200, first of all, let's get down to it. The real problem is
the price.
Usually is the price. Usually with a mid-gen refresh, the original launch console goes down in price. And the mid-gen refresh console becomes the price of the launched console. So if you give me the PS5 Pro for $549 and you bring the PS5 down to $4, then it makes sense. But when you're still selling me that PS5 for $500 and you're selling me the PS5 Pro for $700, well, then Sony, you know what that looks like to me is that what you're going to do is start making games and purposely gimping them on the PS5 so you can sell PS5 Pros.
Which already is a gimpy ass console to begin with.
And you already been gimping because you've been giving us PS4 enhanced games to begin with. So yeah, I'm with you. Like I would love. I do want the PS5 Pro is a good concept for the fact that you do want the best version if you're going to be
the
playing
games
on
look visually pleasing. Yeah,
you do, and with the Pro having the more power and having the features that the PS5 should have had to begin with, that we're already experiencing with the Series X. Shout out to Xbox. The like proper VR being implemented inside of it and things like that. Like that's a good thing, but the price is that's $699 is nuts because
that's a tough fill, man.
How can you sell someone I'm a parent. You're not going to sell me on that $699 to my son. That's before games that are $70 a pop. You don't get no stand. You don't get no disk drive. If I do have PS5 games, guess what? Because if everyone doesn't know, I am an Xbox player, but I also do have a PS5. I purchase all those games physically. If I go get a Pro, all those games just don't matter anymore. And now I have to wait for and then we didn't even talk about, are they going to charge for the enhanced upgrade?
No, I think they popped that in the PlayStation blog that they're not planning on charging that. But again, I think that's also down to the developer, just like we're going to talk about it anyway. It's down to the developer how they choose to utilize the PlayStation 5 Pro's additional power, because the CPU isn't changing in any way, shape, or form. It's just the GPU. The GPU is got 67% more CUs. So the current PS5 has 36 CUs. And the PS5 Pro has 60 CU. So there's a vast difference around that. And just to understand it, obviously it's 60 CPUs that are better. Like the Series X has 56, 52 are enabled. But again, they won't have the upgraded CUs that they're using on the Pro in comparison.
So I got a question, and maybe y'all can answer this. Isn't a lot of these games having issues or being CPU limited?
CPU. So Space Marines that just came out is CPU bound around the what are they called? I'm trying to think. The mobs that come through and all the all the enemies that come through. Kind of like how what was it? What's the game?
Hey.
Came out Requiem. What was
Requiem. Plague's Tale.
Requiem with the rats. That was CPU bound around that. That was a limitation on the CPU. So
it's almost like adding GPU and
it's not going to
fix. It's not going to change the FPS on that regard unless they move some of the whatever their compute power over to the GPU. But then, so the way that they do it, they're going to have to look at how do they streamline that? Some games that are already created, all they're going to be doing is maybe just upping the resolution, putting some ray tracing in that, but there's not going to be a big change to the frame rate in that respect.
Yep. So what is this you running in the background, Panda? Because they didn't show that. That's the little cuts.
They didn't show all of this.
Yeah, because I swear I didn't remember them seeing. I didn't remember seeing Jedi. Yeah, Jedi and Avatar Frontiers. I do not remember, but if and then like you said, with the games they show, it's like, okay, that's cool, but I beat Jedi Survivor last year. I beat Hogwarts Legacy last year. I'm not gonna go back, even when I go buy a PS5 Pro, if I was to, right? I'm not going back to play those games. I want to play new games, new experiences.
I mean,
and you showed nothing.
If you want to talk about like games like the Pro at launch is going to have 13 games taking advantage of the system, right? Compared to the PS4 Pro, which had 45 games at launch. Also compared to Xbox One X's mid-gen refresh, which had 42 games at launch, all ready to take advantage of the power. So this makes it sound like the console is coming in quite hot. The actual dev kits went out later than expected, so the developers haven't had a chance to deliver on more than 13 games at launch. I know there's more coming after launch, but it just feels like it is coming in quite hot on that ground. But my biggest whole gripe with this whole thing around the Pro is it doesn't need to exist, and I'm going to die on that hill. I'm going to die on that hill.
Yeah, I mean,
the reason why I think it doesn't
agree.
need to exist is if we're looking at the economy as the way it is, the attachment rates of their software, the fact that there's like how many 61 million PlayStation 5s out that have sold. Some of those are still with scalpers, so there's lots of people who haven't bought any software because those consoles aren't in use. You're not seeing the games, they're not getting the money back on games as they normally would. It's not like a normal generation. The economy itself is not set up to be able to afford a $700 system, and that's a $700 system in the United States. That's not a $700 system over in Europe. In Australia or New Zealand, we're looking at vastly different prices at that regard. The fact that it's digital only,
big
that price point is a big no-no. Like
the only thing is I'll kind of agree with Nero on the good side to it. I think the positive is that if they do have a Pro and they start developing for the Pro, then maybe the Series X will start getting used properly and utilized properly. So that's the only because there's a lot of features that the Series X doesn't get utilized for because the PS5 don't have it. Definitely. So they try to, like he said, with what game was that you was talking about that they literally took out?
Dead Space remake when they took out variable rate shading, and look, nobody mentioned that. Nobody. It flew under the radar, and it just this is why I scream fuck the media every single chance I get, yo. Sorry, not sorry, yo. IGN, all of them, like screw all of those guys. And Panda mentioned Space Marine, which I think is really dope because somebody should definitely gift that to Panda. She is an amazing co-host and she does so much behind the scenes and she's so awesome, and you guys should make her very red by blushing her. And, for the Emperor.
I think my biggest thing here is like, I know we make jokes about it, but how to make something cool, just put racing stripes on it. And that's what I feel like they've done with the PlayStation 5.
They literally
give it gills so that it can breathe when you take it for a bath with you, That's the whole point. Yeah. But I just don't get it. Like the money that they spent on delivering this product for the R&D and knowing that the attachment rate isn't going to be that great. There is still going to be people who buy it. No doubt about it. There will still be people who buy it. But I don't think you're shifting a lot of people off last gen onto this gen because we know that there are a lot of people still on the Xbox One, a lot of people still on the PS4. You're most likely to shift them to the PS5 base. It's just a hard ask to expect consumers to spend this money. And the vast difference isn't the same. Like it's still the same CPU.
Yeah, the base PS5 price should have dropped. The digital PS5 should easily be $299 right now, and the physical PS5 Slim should be $399, $400 and $300, and then you come in with this at $700.
The PS4 Pro launched at $399.99 US, so $400 US, right? Which is the same price as the PS4 when it initially launched, right? Yep. And so I would have understood maybe the PlayStation 5 Pro being $600, but $700 is a tough ask when we're considering what consoles are essentially meant to be, a cheaper prepackaged system that you don't have to deal with in regards to price comparisons with a PC. And that's the biggest thing is like when you start entering that $700 price point, you start edging into the PC market, and why aren't you going into the PC side? I know people prefer the ease of use of console, which is like myself, but that's where it feels like it's edging, and it sets a bad precedent for what we would expect from next generation as well. And that goes for everyone. And I know people are trying to blame Xbox, going, this is $700 is your fault because you're not competing enough. And I'm like, no, take it out on PlayStation. They're not competing enough on the games front, and you're choosing not to buy the games that they offer you. No, you've been getting Xbox games instead.
Wow.
Yeah. And $700 is hard to swallow, but it would have been a little easier to digest if you did
include the disc drive.
The disc drive and the stand. And
Well,
two
we know-
controllers. You know, if you do that right there, it's like, damn, bro, goddamn, I'm getting 2 controllers, I'm getting a disc drive, and I'm getting a stand.
Well,
the
look,
disc drive
look
is
at,
selling out, right?
yeah, well, I
'cause
guarantee it.
suckers, yo.
Scalpers are buying it. It's on eBay.
People are holding
Yeah.
on to it. Look here. So I hear everything everyone is saying, and I think the thing that would have made this thing a little bit more appealing would have been if they introduced some new games.
I wanted a Ghost of Tsushima 2.
You're selling me the same old shit.
Look, why won't Ghost of Tsushima 2 when we got the better game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, on the way?
It would have been a nice announcement.
It definitely would have.
At this point in time, it's like this. Show me, hey, put Black Myth on there. A lot of people have played,
and they should have bundled Astro Bot too. Yo, they should have bundled Astro Bot with every pro. Okay. Yo,
Nero, let me have 2 minutes, big dog. Let me have 2 minutes. So here we go. So here's my feeling with this. Astro Bot was a pack in again. Concord flippity flopped. It didn't do what it's supposed to do. Let's get something out there. We got Astro Bot ready to go. Let's push it on out. Let's hit the button. So they pushed the button. They hit it out there. It was supposed to come packed in. It's going to be still packed in. Right? So Astro Bot came out a little earlier than what they really wanted to. And it's going to be packed in again. It was not supposed to be what we got. It took off for them, but it's not selling the way that I think gamers, let's separate the console war stuff right now, right? As a gamer, no one wants to see a game fail. Because when games fail, especially if it's a game we like and it doesn't do well across the board, sometimes it does not mean, and we know this, it's a shitty game. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Concord's thing is that it's not that it's a shitty game. People who have played it are like, it's not a shitty game, but they put it in a marketplace where it is oversaturated already. And then they gave us a $40 price point. That's a big mistake. So that L is all on them. But Astro Bot in itself probably would have done better if it was packed in. People really get a chance to go ahead and play this game. Nobody's not going to go out. They're not going to go out and pay $60. Is it 60? It's $60, right? 50? Or was it 40?
For Astro Bot?
I think it's full price, 50. I think it's $59.99. It's 60. It's 60.
It ain't happening, 60. Man. You know who's buying that game? People who are starving for a game, which there's nothing over there right now that is really first party. There's some third party stuff over there, but there's not a lot of first party stuff over there. So people who are starving for the game and people who liked it as a pack in. No one fresh is just going to buy this damn game. It's not, try hard. It's not going to make any money, but it ain't making any money like they wanted. They're thinking it would be now. So I definitely agree. It wouldn't make any money, but it's not really tickling anybody's fancy right now.
It might go into their service when the pro come out.
Oh, well, shit, that's another thing. Put the damn games in the service. I'm sick of them not putting games in the service. When I had a 5. I don't have a 5. That's a long story. I looked at the service. It's a short story. It's
just a short roadmap. Very short.
But the thing is, there was no reason for me to add in a new service, especially when I didn't feel like that service was doing anything for me. People will not get Game Pass because they feel like, well, it doesn't do anything for me. And I totally understand it. People will buy this Pro because they feel like it fills a need, and some people will not buy it because it doesn't fill a need. Now, I agree with Panda. It's really, they could have saved and just waited for a PS6.
100%.
But if King Dave is right, and he's 98% right, There might not be a PS6. Who knows, right? This PS Pro 5 seems pointless right now. And maybe it's just to me. So let me speak from my perspective. It does nothing for me. The little bit of upgrade that they're giving for the same old games. There's nothing right now that we know that's coming that makes me say, let me go ahead and grab this thing. And there's nothing that I've already played that makes me say, I want to play it again. All right. So I'm not going to spend my money. If you feel like, hey, this is great for me, then as a consumer, you spend your money how you feel like you need to spend your money. I can't pocket watch you. I can pocket watch myself. So it does nothing for me. The presentation, and I'm trying to sit back and be like, okay, let me see what they have going on, right? Maybe this is where I get another 5, right? Maybe I do get the Pro. And when I looked at it, what they were offering, I'm thinking to myself, ain't no way I'm spending this money to buy this. And they haven't shown me the presentation. Gosh, it was shit.
It was shit.
It was lackluster. And I hate that for separating all the console warring stuff. I hate that because it didn't make me say I want to go and spend my hard-earned bread on a new console. Now, don't get me wrong, and let's not get it twisted, Chad and anybody else. When Xbox releases their next console, it's going to cost some bread.
Yeah.
Now, it might not be the handheld,
but
it's going to cost some bread.
Worth it though. At least you're getting a CPU upgrade with that.
If that's the point, though, that's what I'm about to get to. If they make it worth our while, our money, our time, our energy, and they're going to give us some new features. They got, let's say they have Steam and all this stuff incorporated, all the stuff people have been speculating, and Microsoft hasn't agreed. They haven't said, yes, we're going to have this shit, right? It's just going to be the next technological upgrade. Okay, cool. When we drop our stuff. If it's all that in a bag of chips, then you know what? Hey, I will say I will probably spend some good bread on that. Or that. Hold on, let me bring that back. That, and if they do a console, a handheld, I'll buy both. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna figure it out, right? But I'm in a position where I can figure it out. Let's be real. I'm in a position where I can't. Everybody's not in that position. Some people will have to choose one or the other. Some people will do both. Some people won't do shit until they can get the bread to buy it, right? But I'm going to get whatever they offer next. One, because I'm fully invested into the Xbox ecosystem. Game Pass has become a thing in this household right here. It affords me the opportunity to do other things outside of the home, because I'm only spending so much money for games through Game Pass, and then I can buy all these other games that I really want to get. But when it comes out, if they have the handheld and it's all that, and if this new system, when it does come out, and if it's all of that as well, I will more likely buy it. So I'm not going to sit here and be a fraud and say that I wouldn't pay that $700 price point, but I wouldn't pay it for a minimal upgrade. I'm not going to pay for it when it's just getting, when it's just getting on paper what the Series X can do and is doing. And really, we haven't even seen the full potential because Sony is the leading platform. They are developing for that one right there. Parity, so we haven't seen it. So maybe, like Lyric was saying, if they go ahead and now match the parity and they say, you know what, let's dig into the Series X and open that joker up and actually develop for it, we might see fully outside of Warhammer what the damn X can do. Right. And I think we all know what it can do, but if they're not developing for the thing, well, hell, we're never going to see it. So maybe them putting out a Pro would be a great thing for Xbox only gamers. You know what I mean? Or enthusiasts. So that being said, I'm hoping that, people spend their money wisely, spend their time wisely, and invest where you game the most and what's going to be best for you in your household situation.
I agree. Because these are just our opinions. This is our thoughts on this and what we think, and everyone else has their own opinions and thoughts. I agree with you, Soul, around the fact that the Pro is really gonna, I feel like, degrade the value of the PS6 because of that the noticeable difference when you add that mid-gen piece and the step between the PS5 and the PS6, you've got a mid-step in that regard. And that's what I like around what Xbox has done at this point, is said, no, we're not doing a mid-gen refresh, because I feel like when they show you the next Xbox, you should be able to see some noticeable difference. There's no mid-step upgrade in that regard. And so that's why I feel like they did a better decision on that, and they did put a bit of extra power into the Series X so that they could hold out and have a for the whole generation. We know that looking at potentially 2026, we're going to see the next gen console and potentially the announcement of a handheld. And it just makes sense that they do that, because now, are we going to see a PS6 in 2 years' time? Probably not, because 2 years to pay for a $700 console and then have to pay for a PS6, they're going to extend out the length of that system. And we don't even know if there's going to be a PS6 down the line because of the way technology is moving. And we don't know what it's going to look like in Xbox in the future after this next gen that we're going to see anyway. So it's very interesting to see what's going on. I thought, and I agree with you, I thought the showing was lackluster and it didn't move the needle. I'm quite a techie person and I wanted to hear some of the actual stats and the 67% this and that. I was like, oh, I have to do my own maths now. And I went in and read the blog post, and I'm like, why in the blog post do you announce the 2 terabyte SSD and you don't announce it here? Because an SSD is expensive. It adds to the perception of the cost being, I guess, the value of the system, and understanding why they priced it at $700. Still doesn't make sense that they priced it at $700. I would have put it at $600 max. But it's just interesting. They had so many missteps during this announcement. And apparently there's meant to be another show later this month, which is going to be about games. And who knows, we might see some announcements for things. You don't know, but it was just a bad showing. If you're going to announce this, give people a reason to do it. And like showing the my Jedi Survivor, and then showing it without ray tracing, but then later on showing it with ray tracing. Why aren't you doing a side by side and showing the difference, or just the difference around the quality of the improvement of the ray tracing itself? So that means that they could deliver a higher frame rate, and they didn't have, I don't know, it wasn't well executed, and it didn't move the needle. And I never saw the thought of a PlayStation 5 Pro as a mid-gen refresh as something I was interested in, and now I definitely am not interested in it based on how this showed.
Panda, we have breaking news from Digital Foundry themselves, right? From their Patreons, they have confirmed that Alan Wake is still running at 30 frames per second in the gameplay that was shown. Also, they broke down the image quality, and they're saying that it's 860 something p. Now, I'm sure that's the eternal resolution before it gets upscaled to 4K or 1440p, right? Yeah. Probably using that PlayStation AI super whatever you call it, they whatever buzzwords they're using, right? It's funny because they always said that our words was buzzwords, right? VRR, VRS, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff was buzzwords, right? FPS boost, auto HDR, but all those things are still being used daily, right? I'm interested to see how, because upscalers on consoles hasn't been the best anyway. FSR 2 has been hit or miss. And that's really the main one we have. Now, I would like Microsoft to go ahead and just invest in their own at this point.
They are working on their own. They already are investing on it. It was about a month ago.
I think Digital Foundry did a video about that as well, Panda, and they said that it was really well. It was very...
it's still at the very beginning, and I think that's why Sarah Bond talked about the biggest leap coming up in future. And I feel like when we see the next Xbox console, we know that it's going to have AI integrated into it, and that's where I think we're going to see their version of this resolution. Yeah.
Now let me ask y'all this after Lyric go. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, I got a something to just pique your ears a little bit, have y'all think a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, Wolverine was supposed to come out this year. Yeah. The end of the year. So I think Wolverine was supposed to be shown with this console, and with the delay, they still had to go through with it because it really doesn't make sense.
It definitely feel like this showcase is missing a 10-minute demo of a game.
It's missing something that really sells it. And because nothing what you shown me, yes, there's improvements to these games, but there are games that came out in 3-4 years ago and last gen in some instances. So it feels like Wolverine might have been that game that was supposed to sell it, but unfortunately, they're not having it this year.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't make no sense to show me Wolverine knowing that when you launch the console, it ain't
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we move off this topic, guys, I guess my only question to you guys would be: do you think the PS5 Pro is worth getting if you don't own a PS5 but you want to go get one? And let me preference this by saying, what if you have a Series X but no PS5 but want to get a PS5? Is it worth spending the extra money, or do you go spend the $400, $500 for a base PS5 knowing it's the weaker hardware than what you already own?
Do you have the library, or do you have a digital library of those games?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because if you don't have the
game,
if you don't have the games, you have to go turn around and buy the games that come behind it, and that becomes you spending $1,000.
Yeah.
On it at that point. But if I feel like, go ahead.
Lurk. No, go, Lurk.
Now I was just saying, I feel like it's hard for me to sell that 700 over the 500 just because of the economy itself. Right now,
you got to pay for online too.
And you got online. If you don't have any games, if you're walking in there looking for a PS5 and you're walking in there with no games, it's hard to sell somebody 700 over 500.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, it's hard to sell it over the 400 that is digital as well.
Yeah.
Why not just go that direction and have $300 to play with for actually buying things versus I'm starting at 7, then I have to get everything after that. That's a rough sell.
That's a hard sell for.
Yeah.
That's a hard sell, man. And maybe I'm speaking from a perspective of, of where I am in gaming, and I know where I am as far as what I can do with my pockets as well. But I think that's a hard sell.
But you're a parent, Sol. Would you listen to your kid and go, I want a $700 console?
No, shit, no.
I tell them, you must don't want to eat.
Yeah.
And so, but I'll say this, good thing is that she is getting into gaming more, as I've said before, and she's not into the stuff that I'm into. Like, she'll watch me play different things and she's like, okay, great. But she's into there's a cat game that's on Xbox, and I don't know what it is, but I like it. It's kind of actually relaxing. It's pretty cool.
That little kitty in the city?
Whatever that is, she's into that. It's kind of cool.
Oh, you got to get straight for her, yo.
I played it a little bit. Okay, it's cool. It's kind of cool. She was playing the game today that's in Game Pass. It's the one where it's like a cooking game, kind of a platforming cooking game.
I know the one you've
Overcooked.
Yeah, she was playing that today. She's into that type of thing. But even if she was to say, hey, Dad, let's say she played a little bit more like I played, or she was into some things, I couldn't see myself saying, hey, I'm going to spend this $700 on that. Because I'm also looking at, we're both going to use this machine. And so just for me to buy it for her, oh, hell no. And now let me look at it like if I were going to buy it for both of us, that's still a really hard sell, because there's nothing that makes me say, I'm just going to go back and get the same games that I had in my digital library. Mm-hmm. That's it. So right now there will be nothing, and there's nothing that makes me say I want to upgrade the graphics from, and it's not even a big upgrade from the titles that I had.
Could it be the timing? Could timing be a big factor? Because if you're selling me the console now with nothing, what if a year from, what if it was next year with games that actually could
different
launch
conversation
and utilize it?
And then maybe the conversation, I'm thinking a lot harder. Let me be honest. Yeah. I'm thinking a lot harder. I'm actually thinking like, yo, okay, shit, man. Look at
that game and look at that game.
because what I'm really trying to do is be honest with myself and say, okay, if this were Xbox, and I'm knee deep, beyond knee deep into the ecosystem, would I get this now? And I'm just going to say no, because they're not showing me something that makes me want to jump up. But if they came with, this was almost Indiana, South of Midnight, all the games that we know are coming, and it's making those what we've seen so far, and then those are going to look so much better. I don't know. I might think about it a little more.
I think it's more appealing.
But I'm invested too. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to look at things. I'm probably going to jump out and say yes off top with my chest, right? But then I'm going to start scaling back. Like, okay, I'm going to start saying you don't really need this, and these are the reasons why you don't need this right now. So let me be honest. If it's Xbox, I'm probably jumping out. I'm kidding, that I got a little 7 put away somewhere. I can do a little something, right? Yeah, I'm good, right? All right.
Yeah, carry the 3, move that over to
yeah. But then I'm over here thinking like, okay, but you really don't need this. So let's really look at why you don't need this.
And I think that's the thing, is that the way even we're talking about it from our standpoint, but when you look at like the generations behind us that's gaming, that doesn't, the things that we look at that matters don't matter to them. Like these extremely strong graphical fidelities, playing Fortnite and Roblox and
3/4 of them preferred the performance mode over graphics mode after the fidelity mode, and that just goes to show that the people from the PS4 generation or PS4 Pro generation and all of that who are like graphics or 1080p makes you a better gamer, no, they would prefer 60. And we've been talking about that. But the reality is the Pro isn't going to be delivering on 60 unless the devs go out of their way to make sure it does.
There's going to be a lot of their games because their devs are good at utilizing their system.
Yeah. It's the dev's choice, but we're talking about third party as well, and not every third party dev has the ability to optimize and deliver 60, and so they go with what can we deliver? Okay, we can deliver 30, and then we can make the visuals really pretty. There's no mandate that they'll be like, you have to deliver 60 on the Pro, just like there's no mandate to deliver 60 on the PS5 as a base unit. But you're right, the first party devs will be delivering 60. Like, we look at the amount of performance options or graphics options on Insomniac games that they deliver. Insane that they deliver on.
It's a lot of options.
Yeah. A lot of optimization that goes into that. And so it's just interesting all up if we look at everything. But this is quite interesting as well, and I'm just going to quickly add it in here, is the news that came out for the PS5 Pro. Everyone was kind of like shocked at the $700 price point. But what subtly went under the radar was the price increase for the controller itself, the DualSense, $5. And it doesn't sound like much, but everything adds up on top of everything else, especially when you look at $70 prices over in the US. Then you're looking at the first generation where we see consoles go up in price after launch, and usually they depreciate and go down in price. Costs get cheaper, etc., etc. We're talking about an increase of subscription prices as well, and all of their peripherals are going up in price. And then now you've got a really expensive console, so it slowly adds up over time. But was anyone surprised about the slight price increase, the $5 price increase on the DualSense?
Nope, it's Sony.
No, I know. It's almost like it's Sony, so you're kind of expecting something.
Like, when's the next one coming?
It's just like, when's the next one coming? But let me just say, they're
gonna add $5 to the stand soon.
Let's not even talk about.
I mean, the scalpers are already doing that for them. So
right. Look here, man. I mean, look here. The going rate, I guess, is like $40 if you really want to blow on something.
Yeah.
Oh, stop. And no taxes.
Ain't no taxes on that. I'm sure there's a frequent flyer this. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just at a point like, look, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Omni movement and my $5 and blow somewhere else. You feel me?
Yes, this is wild, man.
Yeah.
And
so.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So, but I wasn't surprised. No, not at all. Not at all.
The price increase for the controllers kind of pissed me off because it's well known that the dual sense is prone to stick drift. So the fact that you're increasing the price but not increasing the durability of the controller is very annoying, and that's something this many gens into consoles and gaming as a whole. What is this, the 9th gen? Stick drift should definitely be a thing of the past. And whichever one of the big three companies choose to invest the money and technology into making sure your controller can never have stick drift again would be amazing, because I forgot the specific name of the term, right? Of what the iPhone cameras use, right? When the cameras, when you walking and it stabilizes the cameras to move while you're moving. I feel like something like that can be done with stick drift too, where the controller is smart enough to know that it's dust in there, or when the controller start to drift, just adjust that.
It's not just it's not dust in there and that side, like the rings that they rub against each other and the contacts aren't as good eventually, so they just wear out over time. But if they change the type of actual unit that they use for the joysticks, then you'll be fine.
Yep. Yeah. Isn't Xbox working on some kind of pro
the Series 3? I think.
I think they have like some kind of internal.
Oh, the new standard one.
No. It's like it's internal like software that is supposed to help with stick drift. I think it's changing the dead zones on your controller to allow you to kind of combat stick drift on your controller.
Hopefully,
they're supposed to be doing something about that. I
saw them fix the RB and LB buttons to make them last so much longer.
Or shameless plug, everybody go to Best Buy and go get what they call My Best Buy or Total Tech, whatever they're called. Whatever you get from there, no matter what happens to it, breaks, stick drift, whatever, you can take that controller back and get a new one. All electronics front. If you go to Best Buy, and I'm not gonna lie, it is $200 a year. However, any electronic that you get from Best Buy under that program, you can bring back no matter what happened. That extends from consoles, controllers, all the way to appliances and stuff like that. So hey, that's what I done been through a couple of Elite controllers because of that.
Okay. Well, so hey, Try Hard fan. Hey, look here. Let me just tell you something. You just keep on living, and hopefully you won't experience stick drift issues. I'm just saying,
man.
Every now and then, I mean, the stick will drift. It is what it is. So
hey, it's okay if it drifts. Just hope you don't end up with dead zones.
Oh, we don't want them dead zones, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just saying, I'm trying to be like Uncle Shay Sharp. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no dead zones, baby.
Well, I mean, our last topic is basically just very quickly. I'm just skipping over the whole thing right now, or else I'm going to get on, or else I'll jump on the bandwagon, and then we'll be here for another 30 minutes. I'm trying to be good.
Oh my god.
Okay, so basically Astro Bot released, and it has been doing what I guess initially really, really well, but it isn't. It's lackluster sales in comparison. It's still selling better than Concord.
AstroFlop.
Sold in the first 2 days.
Fucking allergies.
I am not going to say that this is a flop. I think that there is definitely people who aren't going to buy it day one, and I think they're going to wait, and I think its sales are going to eventually pick up.
Yeah, me too.
Over time. Obviously, we looked at it came out that the UK physical sales weren't great, and we just keep seeing a decline on physical sales.
Excuse me.
Yep. But it hasn't been selling overall that well worldwide, and there hasn't been a lot of games on the PlayStation this year, or the second half of this year anyway. So, in my opinion, I feel like it should have been selling a lot more, but people are just too busy playing third party. People are too busy playing COD, Fortnite, every other game under the sun, and forgetting to play this game.
They should have put his skin in Fortnite. They would have sold more games.
100%.
Panda. Oh yeah, maybe. But guess what? They didn't forget to play it. They never intended to play it.
Never.
They don't want to play that shit.
That's true. That's true.
No,
Facts.
they don't. No, let's be real.
Just
They
rip the Band-Aid off,
want
so
to
rip it
play
off.
it.
Rip it off, so
They don't want to play it. And Astro Bot, I mean, look here. I will always have a Nintendo console.
You mean they don't want to blow it, Soul, right?
They say, look here, Miss Kitty Stroker. I wasn't going to bring that up. Okay.
yeah.
What are you talking about? I just readjust it.
No. So what I'm saying
Oh my god.
no, they don't want to play it. They don't want to, because if they wanted to play it, they would be buying the game. And if they really wanted those, those numbers as far as who's playing this game to pop, they would have put that shit into PlayStation Plus. They would have put it in there. I don't understand for the life of me why they do not drop games into that
system?
into that yes. It doesn't make any sense.
I think it's gonna go in there. I think it's gonna go in there, and
because they think they're above the industry.
Do you know what would have sold me on this game? If they put an Easter egg in there of Astro Bot finding
finding the sales chart.
Finding Spider Cube.
I don't think
that would have been.
I don't think they really care. I think like we said,
Easter eggs are so great in games, and I'm like, just troll the shit out of people. Troll them.
Look.
What I was gonna
here.
No,
go ahead, Larry. Go ahead. No,
I was just gonna say, like we were saying before, it's Astro Bot is a tack-on game. Like it's supposed to be what comes with a console, a pack-in. There you go. It's a pack, baby. Pack it in. This is supposed to be a pack-in game. I think when they sold it for the price, it was just to get something, because
pack it in with the PS4.
I think it was supposed to be packed in the first place, and it was like, hell, why don't we just sell it? If it sell 1 million copies, we didn't expect to sell it anyway. So if it sell 1 million copies, hey, we got something out of it, because essentially it's supposed to be just coming with that PS5 Pro, so you can show us how to blow on the controller harder for some reason.
Yeah,
just to get the dust out of it.
I just want to say I never blew on my controller.
Well, hey.
Did you? I mean, to be honest, did they even ask consent when they were blowing on that controller?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't. My controller did not say yes. So
I will say this, man. Seeing that, I was gonna say, man, seeing that the game is not selling too hot is not surprising, but it's also disappointing, man, because it looks like a great game. Like I said, it will be one of the reasons I go buy a PS5. I've been waiting.
Support the devs.
Astro Bot and Silent Hill 2 will definitely be the games to push me to go get a game, man. I don't know, man. It's just like tough. I just Tryhard been saying, if the budget was only 20 mil, then they only need to turn a 30-40 mil profit, to look at it as a W. So hopefully it didn't have a huge budget. Now if articles come out 2 months from now that Astro Bot costs goddamn $130 million to develop, then
of course
really
not. They didn't even need voice actors.
You know what I'm saying?
They didn't even need voice actors. They didn't cost no money.
Yo, I know y'all seen that the Ben Studio Days Gone head guy was pissed, yo. He was fuming, yo. He like, you motherfuckers gonna put me in this game, but not so there's that. I don't have anything else to add.
You know what? With that right there, at some point, he's just got to say, you know what? My relationship with Sony is severed, and I need to move on. I feel him.
He looking better
because we do not know what transpired behind the scenes. We don't know, and so I'm gonna give the brother that. But at some point, you got to say, you know what? Let me move on. Hey man, look, dude.
But then
if
again,
you
to
want your
play
Swedish,
devil's advocate, fuck that though. If I'm him, fuck that, because they arguably gave Sony their most diverse game to date.
I feel you.
Sony
But what I'm
has
saying
nothing
is,
like Days Gone
look,
to this day. You
dude,
know what I'm saying?
stop. Get off the fucking internet. Excuse my language.
Yeah,
Guys,
come work
dog,
for
you got me
Microsoft
over
at
here
this point.
cussing, man. Yo,
We'll take you on that
Hey, I swear to
State of
God,
the
we'll take
K3.
you. Facts.
go
The State
somewhere
of the
else.
K3.
Yo, go
Yep.
somewhere else.
And bring
Get your
Deacon St.
resume.
John voice
Hey,
actor while you
hey,
at it.
Mm-hmm.
hey.
Yep.
Like you said about that Omni movement and everything else. Get good. Get
Definitely.
good.
Definitely.
Get your resume right. Go over here and say, yo, look, I know how the inner workings are. I got some ideas. I love to be a dev somewhere within Xbox. Hey, yo, put me wherever, man. Hey, I'm good. I'm game. I'm Gucci. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
come
how
in.
you
I'm
get
gonna
even
do.
right there.
I'm gonna do what I need to do. But yo, I got some ideas. And go over here and serve it cold, man. They got, he's
Undead
over here.
Labs.
It's too much all this right now. He's doing too much of this Twitter finger stuff. Nah, man. Just go ahead and be about it. Just be about it and
Twitter
stop
ain't
all
never
that
made no
yipping and yapping.
game.
Nah. And so right now it's just sour grapes. So it's like, well, who would want him to come on and be lead developer on anything else when you're doing all this other stuff about Sony? Yo, if I'm Microsoft, I'm looking at you like, yo, I like the game. I like what you were doing. But yo, real talk, nah, son. Because if
But it's
things don't go your
PlayStation's
way over
IP, right?
here, you're gonna do the same thing. And so I don't want that. I don't need no bad juju my way. Nah.
Yeah, at some point it's like you gotta take this. I agree with what Brother Yobi just said in the
I
chat.
agree.
Let me put that on the screen actually. I
Yeah,
agree. It's
I was
definitely
about to hit
not
that.
it's not a good look. I understand his frustration as well. And I really, really, really understand his frustrations because I love that game. And as a fan,
I
I
do
was
too.
frustrated because I'm like, yo, Sony, if you played that game and got to the end and seen the secret endings and stuff like that, right? Yo, it sets up so well for Days Gone too. And I always thought Days Gone should have been delayed and should have just been a PS5 launch title. Really take advantage of that PS5 and showcase that horde mode because to this day it's really, really unique, right? Sony dropped the ball with that, just like they do with so many other games and franchises. So I feel his pain, but it's like, yo, at some point you got to put on your big boy shoes. When's your next game coming, sir? I'm a fan of Days Gone. I'm a fan of your work, but I haven't heard anything about your next piece of work. But I keep hearing you, bitch and moan about how you got the short end of the stick with PlayStation. Tighten up, man.
Nero, can I jump in there real quick and just
Yes,
kind of
sir.
piggyback up something that you were saying here, sir? So I like what you said there as far as that horde mode is concerned. But can I, and I could be corrected here, chat, please correct me. But as far as I'm concerned, horde mode, it came from who? It came from what IP that we know and love dearly? Gears of War.
It's a fact.
I just want to throw a little slander out there because Gears of
Yeah, a
War
lot of
did it.
things came from Gears of War.
You better speak on that.
Uncharted. They said it themselves that they took from
You better speak on that.
Gears
And
of
I'm
War.
just trying to tell you, horde mode was the one thing, and I remember with Gears that just had me drawn into the multiplayer. Horde mode was it. At that time, there's two modes that I was playing: horde mode and then terrorist hunt on Rainbow Six. Oh my gosh! You better ask somebody.
Sir.
For those who don't know, go back. Rainbow Six Vegas, and Vegas 2. You better ask somebody. That's all I'm gonna say on that right there.
Somebody call Ubisoft and tell them to go ahead and bring that on back.
Say, man, they tripping on that. Well, it is still there, but it's like it's not a prominent feature, and I don't understand that because that terrorist hunt was it, man. I'm talking about something that would have you on pins and needles. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just want a full-fledged Rainbow game that's not Siege. I like Siege. I love Siege, but I want that
Go back to
concentrated.
Vegas. Yeah, go back to Vegas. They can go anywhere they want. They ain't got to go to Vegas. To go somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Give me that co-op, concentrated, tactical shooter feel. But
yeah, give me that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Panda, so so for the last topic, we have to talk about Annapurna, right? We have it in the title. We don't have to spend too much time on this. I just know we're all fans of Annapurna.
Just trying to work something in the background, so
for sure. I'll lead with this, guys. So pretty much the entire workforce of Annapurna has resigned. They had some disagreements from up top, and all of the workers said, "Screw this, screw you guys, I'm out." If you watch South Park, then you know where that reference is from. They got out of there. Now this is really, really, really disappointing from me. I became hip to Annapurna thanks to the man right here on the screen, the legend, the myth himself, Lyric. He put me on to Annapurna and a lot of their games, and stuff like Stray. I absolutely love that. It's really too many of their games to name. Just know that they're really the king of indie style games. Those little indie games, they cook every time. This was sad, and it's extra sad for me because I am also a Remedy fan. Remedy just signed a deal with Annapurna to back up their funding for future Alan Wake games and content, and in return, Annapurna get to make shows and TV shows and movies and stuff based off of the Alan Wake IP. Now, I don't know how this affects Remedy, but come on, man. The entire workforce choosing to resign, that's going to affect anybody that's in cahoots with them, all the stockholders and stuff like that as well. So that's very sad, man. That's all I got to say on it is, wow. It's kind of heartbreaking. I don't know too much of the information. I'm pretty sure more will come to the light. But I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this.
Who's going to jump in?
Man.
I'm just working on something in the background. Sorry.
Well, I'll say it's unfortunate that they couldn't get it together. They have put out some really good games. I like what they have done so far, and I'll just say this: if they get into a place and they're in flux, and they end up going up for sale, Philly Phil, Chili Philly.
Man, I've been asking for this for so long.
Donut country as well, eh?
Look here, I'm at a point where you can stop buying stuff, but I see what Microsoft is doing. They're man, look here, they're about to. What did Matt Booty say? Spin them out of business. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. And so I was I think that'd be a damn good acquisition, but let them do their thing because they bring such a variety. Don't make them do certain. Let them cook. Let them do what they do. Unfortunately, with that, there would be some downsizing that would come with it, and that's the only thing about when you have these acquisitions. There, downsizing is going to come. Redundancy is a real thing. It's going to happen, right? I jumped on to D4 earlier today. Was just tooling around, see what I can see, do what I can do. And I went into the store and I saw, and I know this is not Annapurna, so excuse me here, but I saw that Focus has a sale right now. It's ending in 2 days, maybe 1 day, 2 days. Focus Entertainment. Go check it out. Some really good deals in there right now.
Yeah, I really want Banisher's Ghost of Eden.
I'm really thinking about pulling the trigger. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when I saw the game initially, I was like, yo, this is up my alley.
Look, as a man that can't afford it right now, do it. So get it, man. Don't even think about it. Just do it.
Oh, man, no, I got things I got to do, man. I got things I got to do.
Yes, sir. Hashtag adults.
Real talk. Dirt talked about this game so highly. And I was like, yo, I see what he's talking about. I want to pull the trigger because it's down to like $40 or something or so. So I'm thinking about it. But I went through the list of games that they have in there. Oh my gosh. Focus would be a good addition.
Yeah.
If they're going to go, if you want to keep putting stuff into Game Pass, Focus and Annapurna would be awesome additions to the Microsoft Xbox family. I'm going to leave it there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go into the store, look at the games that they have, and you're going to say, oh, shit, I didn't know.
Focus is who just did Space Marines too, right? Or am I mistaken?
You gotta get in there and see what they have and they've put out there. It's ridiculous. And I'm gonna tell you one other one, and I know we're getting off the topic. I'm sorry, I get off topic. But that damn digital Devolver, did I say that shit
Devolver
right?
Digital.
Devolver Digital.
Yeah.
Okay. I said it backwards. My bad, y'all. Yo. They got some fire stuff that's in there, and I have quite a few games that are from them. But y'all know what? You know what game they're making? And I didn't realize this was them until I went on the website the other day and I was looking at them. Baby Steps.
Yikes.
Baby fucking Steps. Baby Steps is probably going to be fire. Now, because when I saw that, I said, damn, Baby Steps might be fire. It might be fire. I wouldn't buy that shit, but it might be fire. I'm just going to tell you, it, because they typically don't miss. If you like Devolver's games, they typically don't miss, man. They have some fire games. So those three that I just mentioned, if Xbox really wants to like expand their library of games, that could hold on, that could transition well over into the mobile market.
Yeah.
Look at those three right there. Bring them on board, and I think we have a winner. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Nero tell you, I've been shouting from the rooftops for Xbox and Annapurna. Like that's when it comes to the indie scene, they're top notch. They actually great games. They actually have my 2021. The Artful Escape was my game of the year when that game came out. Like I that game just something. It's a lot of games that Annapurna. Like
it ain't no Stray. Like it ain't no Stray. Stray really could have been game of the year.
But see, that's the thing. Like a lot of people don't know that some of these games on here, like that they're a part of, they got a lot of. You got Cocoon, Stray, like some of the things that people don't know. 12 Minutes was them. Like Edith, What Remains of Edith was them. Like
Edith Finch, yeah.
Journey was them. Like this, it's a lot of games that you just. Once I started looking at the catalog, it's like, wow, like a lot of these games that I've played that I was just like wowed by were them.
Yeah.
Just from the story, they have a very unique way of storytelling. It's not just I'm giving you the story. Now I'm crafting a world that allows you to experience that story.
See you next week.
Oh yeah.
Hey, excuse me, Lyric, and excuse me, Red Panda. Hey, thank you, Try Hard. I love to see that you're in here week in, week out since I've been a part of. Thank you so much. I love your input. And we'll see you next week. I want to just shoot out a shameless ask. And I know that maybe this is something that should be done in the DMs or whatnot, but damn it, I'm going to do it right now. To my Midwest.
I'm not taking my shirt off.
To my no, brother, I ain't gonna ask you to do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
People always ask why I don't be on camera. I do this podcast butt naked ass. Just
to my damn.
You don't be on camera.
There you go, FarQ. If you wanted to know, FarQ.
Come on, man. Let me finish, baby. To my Midwest brother over there. To my Midwest brother over there. And I am talking to the one, the only Infinite Umbra. Yo, holla at me, Panda, Nero, brother. I think we would love to have you on the show. You're a wonderful guest. You're a wonderful host of your own show. I love to see you on our show. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. You know, you might agree, you might not, and you know, and Umbra, I'll just say, hold on. And I know that your partner is down this way, down here in Texas. So you already have a little Texas affiliation. I already know that now. I know that, sir. Okay, so let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it happen, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. Say, man. That's what I'm. Hey, man. Ask not. Closed mouth don't get fed. You got to make it happen. Okay. Yes, he is in Texas, and he is down here in the DFW, baby. He's down this way. No. look here. One thing that I do, I try to, in my own way, I try to reach out to my Texas brethren to see if just so we can get a vibe, And sometimes people reply, some people don't. I'm not gonna call him out, I'm not gonna say Danny has or he doesn't, because I don't think I got at him, right? But I know who I've gotten at. Some people like him, some people don't. Your boy Ray, he's controversial, but he's right up the
funny as
street.
fuck on my soul.
He's funny as hell, man. In his own way, he does his thing. It is what it is, right? But he's right up the street, like really, literally right up the street. So I'm always trying to get, Fame is down here. Ebontis is down here. Oh, I'm watching. So I'm watching. I see where you're from. I'm always trying to see. So I'm gonna see how Texas stands up. We're gonna see, we trying to grow, baby. We trying to do. And we'll talk, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That would be awesome to have you on here, man. You know what? Because I love, your takes on everything. So appreciate you, man.
Hey, Umbra, don't worry, I got your back. Let me correct him. Umbra, correction. We would like to have you back on the show, not on the show. We'd like to have him back. He was here in the past, sir.
It was before my time, so I got to do from what
you think I was gonna have that chocolatey ass voice, motherfucker, on this show? Come on, man. Me and Rhetri, we did a Illuminati summoning. We like, yo, we got to get Umbra on here, yo. We need that buttery. We need that buttery voice in our ears.
We can't have two people going back and forth. But I tell you what, though, even though I know Umbra does his thing, and I can hold a note. So, hey, you might have to have a hard time shutting us up on this mic here or whatever, singing back and forth. I'm just saying.
I have a hard time.
My man's musical knowledge is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Saturday in the park. Come on now. Hey, we're gonna stop right there. But my man, I heard him do his thing. It
is my lunchtime. So
Panda's hungry.
So we're gonna close out the show. Does anyone have anything else they want to add about Annapurna at all before we head out?
Not at all, man. It's just sad, yo. It's just definitely sad, man.
Hopefully they go make some. They get together and make something else.
Definitely.
I think they
got all the talent with them, so
I think they will. Yeah. I think they will. Well, before we head out, I just want to say a big thank you to Lyric again, and appreciate having you on, and appreciate Nero sorting you to be on this week. Thank you. And I know we had technical difficulties at the beginning of the show, but we're sorted now. And just where can people find you? Yeah. Thank you for being here.
Oh man! If you want to go down that road, that you probably don't want to, I'm on that X Twitter thing. It's Lyric Da Vinci, LYRIIC Da Vinci, and actually I'm on Twitch as well. I'm gonna start streaming a little bit more often now that y'all see my face, so I might as well put it on here some more. So it's the same on there as well, Lyric Da Vinci.
I love you, soul. Nero, where can people avoid you?
Definitely avoid me on Twitter and X. Next Gen Nero. All platforms, man. Gamertag JaymarleyTV. Feel free to add me on there if you guys ever want to play, squad up, or do anything cool, anything fun. Currently back on Halo Infinite, man. Been having a blast. Personal YouTube channel, Next Gen Nero as well. Make sure y'all go show some love on the reviews I do for this channel and on my own channel. It definitely means a lot. And that's pretty much it. Next Gen Nero everywhere.
Next Gen Nero. So avoid them on those places. We're sorted.
Definitely. I am unhinged.
Soul, what about yourself?
Look, I was nice, right? Y'all don't want to go to that Twitter.
Say. Hey, again, hey, chat. Thank you all and everyone else who has tuned in. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes.
Really had a great time with everyone outside of all of the issues that we had. Thank you for sticking with us and thank you for coming in. If you stayed with us, we love you. Thank you. Come on back next week and we're going to do it again. You can just find me at, I got Soul on Twitter. I'm there right now. That's where I am. Maybe in the future we'll be in a few other places, but who knows what the future holds or whatnot. So you can find me there. Don't tweet a lot. I try to stay hinged or whatnot, but you never know. You might see me tweet a little bit, but find me there. And guys, before you leave, hit that like and subscribe button. You got to make it happen. All right. Thank you, everyone who tuned in today.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Definitely.
Fuck you, by the way. You can find Panda on OnlyCams.
He was having me.
I love that you said that.
Fuck you is a fool. I real talk. Fuck you keeps every. Let me just tell you. Let me say this. There's some people that I see in the chat. They keep the chats that they're in moving. I see Yobi all the time. Oh man, hey, thank you, because Yobi is in every chat that I can imagine, always adding the positivity. I love it. FarQ is a fool everywhere that they are. I mean, I love the chat. Thank you guys for coming in and bringing that energy and that love into our podcast. We love you. We thank you. You are appreciated. That's all I'm going to say.
You are definitely appreciated.
Yeah.
Shout out. I echo Soul sentiment there. Shout out to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Please hit that like button. We now have over 50 likes. Love it, love it, love it. Share it out, and you'll see us next week. You can find me very quickly just on Twitter, Dead Panda. You can find me on Xbox. I'm actually going to be playing some Mafia 2 after the show. But yeah, I just want to say it was a great show. Lyric, again, thank you for joining us. We had fun. We kept it messy. And as per usual, we're never going to change. Everybody have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
All right, y'all.
Vaya con Dios.